everything that makes us hum. Hail Hydra Asylum, hail Hydra Asylum. From trailers, comics, news, and more, we'll give you what you're looking for. Hail Hydra Asylum, hail, 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 hail Hydra Asylum.
Hail Hydra.
What's up, everybody? Ooh, fancy in the chat. Weirdos has got paired next to their name. So just so everybody knows, we are multi-streaming to both channels, Weirdos and Hydra Asylum. Watch where you want. Doesn't matter to me. But at the top of the Hydra Asylum chat, should still be up there, you'll see a pinned link. That is not to this show. This is to take you to Bigby and Bronze's Heroes for Heroes charity sale that they're doing. No, he's not real. I'm going to say that today. He's not. I'll tell you all about that later. He's not real. But go check that out. They're raising funds for veterans' mental health, things like that. It's super important cause. I keep saying it. It is doing this like fun and important to me. Absolutely. What they're doing over there is of actual like real importance. You can always watch this on the rewind. So it doesn't hurt my feelings one bit. If you want to hop off here, go check them out. And if you want to come back, just give them a like and, tell them, hey, Jay's talking about you. I've been talking about them all week. So super important, great stuff they're doing over there. They had a bunch of awesome pieces. There was a David Mack Superman that I was so close to wanting to get, but I was like, I better not. And Kyle, I'm going to put your name on the wheel, my wheel of books. So I know you probably won't be here long. So if you will give me a number in case it lands on you, what it is, I have two different wheels. One's going to have everybody's name on it. Lands on you, give me a number. I'll go to my list of books that I have. Whatever number you give me, that's how many times I'll shuffle it. I'll hit it, whatever it lands on, that's what I will read next. Because I have to say, I have a pretty fun one. It wasn't what I was expecting it was going to be, but I had a fun one that got picked last week. And I'll go ahead and say it. It was Big Titty with 2 Ds, Goth Girlfriends on the Moon. Hey, Lorena, what's going on? Let me add Lorena's name real quick. And I'm going to add Nope. And I'm going to add Ed. And Lorena's giving me 9. Of course you would, Lorena. Of course you would. Hold on. Let me get Lorena 9, in case she's not here. Mr. Nope, going to give me a 5. It's just a fun thing that kind of keeps me accountable to read through books I've been meaning to read through for a while. Let me pop down here and I'll show you what the wheel looks like. Triple B, I'm going to put your name on the list in just a second. Where's my empty thing here? Is this it? Yeah. Going to add Triple B's name to the list. No, that's not the right page at all, Jay. What are you doing? Okay, so let me share my screen here. So here's the first wheel. Got the names on it. And then, did that do? No, that didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Then, there we go. Second wheel with the list of books, and I'm letting these whittle down. I'll be adding to them once we get to the last book. I figure, instead of if I keep adding books to it, we're never going to get through the actual list. It'll always probably be like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, folks. What I'm meaning to say is there's also a free space on here. The winner's choice space is you can pick any book off the list or tell me a book. I'll see if I can get to reading it. That's the main thing. I got to make sure I can read the book first. So anyway, that's that. Let me pop back up here. So, as always, I'm not alone, which is great because if I had to do the show alone, I think 2 hours is the tops I can do. But tonight we're going to be talking about video games, comics, and movies. Plus, it's going to be video games that have become comics and movies, comics that become movies and video games, movies that become video games and comics. So, and we're just going to talk about any three of them, you know. And we got a couple of news things to talk about. And what I'm going to do now is bring on my guests. My guests. I keep saying guests. They're not guests. Bring on my make free space high strangeness. You know what, Kyle? In case you win the spin, I'm gonna go ahead and write that down. I'm a little flustered, y'all. It's just been a week. It's been a week. I'm glad I'm doing this. But let me bring on my co-hosts here. Again, we are streaming to their channel as well. Make sure if you're not subbed up to them, please do. Let's bring on Mr. October of 342 days of Halloween, Ed Weird, and let's bring on Mr. Noble.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Hi, Jay.
You know, I bet Kyle loves that as much as I love Mr. Burns.
Oh, I'm sure. But as many times as I've had to hear Mr. Ed in my life, I'm over it.
That's true. Wilbur.
Oh, that's always my comeback. Whenever they go, "Hey, Mr. Ed," I go, "Oh, Wilbur."
You're already in here, Kyle, whether you like it or not. So I might read it anyway, but just in case, just the strange off chance that not only does the spin land on you, but it lands on a winner's choice. That's what I'm gonna do. So, folks, guys, how you doing?
Tired. I had a whole Thanksgiving dinner thing today. So,
Dang, already?
yeah.
First
we
of
got
how
so
many?
of them. So, in order for them to not to be overlapping on the day, just wound up, hey, you guys want to get together the weekend before? Yeah, that sounds good. So,
How many turkey days do you get?
2. And I think we canceled a third one. We got birthday parties, and the dog's going to be in the house all day. So, it's just too much. And then being down an extra vehicle, it's just more to add to it. So, but yeah, other than that, it rained a little bit this week, but otherwise weather was nice.
Cal, this is the one time I get to tell you no. You do not withdraw. If it lands on you, it lands on you.
Feel the power, Jay. Feel the power running through you.
This is the closest I get to being in charge of things, man.
Welcome to the dark side.
So, got a couple of news things first that I want to talk about. This was sent to me by Bigby, actually. I think he got it from someone that a lot of people out there might know, Damien, Sleeper Reader 666. You've seen him on PCP every once in a while talking to Robbie and them. But apparently, the Superman that sold for $1.5 million.
Which one was it?
Looks like number one.
I can't see it, so I don't
I know. I didn't think about that. But yeah, it's
Wait a minute. Is
Yeah.
that the one with the bad leg?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Now, what was the thing with the leg again?
It's too
Neil
long.
Adams absolutely hates this cover because his left leg, he had to make it too long to fit across the kryptonite, whatever it says at the bottom. And he always went on, whenever he saw that, it made him, he said it gave him the trembly wemblies because the legs don't match and no one ever notices. And as soon as he said it, now I can't not see it.
Yeah, it's the
Because
original art for that.
forward, so it kind of makes it look like it would be longer that way. But now, yeah, I can see it now.
You're welcome. You'll never see it the same.
I just always thought the right leg was just, he was turned a little bit until
Right.
Ed pointed it out. And then I'm like, no, too long. But this is the original
artist
art.
pointed it out, or I never got it either.
Well,
rest in peace, he may.
there was a I heard about that. So this was just the original art, but there's been a Superman one that went for $9.1 million.
The comic or the art?
No, I guess that's the comic because Kyle says it's Superman #1. This is the original art, Superman #1, that's on the screen.
That's insane.
So I wonder how much my foil facsimile copy is worth.
$1.350.
Probably. Thought it was like the cheapest Superman sale of the week. You know, one day I would like to be able to say that $1.5 million is just like, that's cheap. Lord, I just thought,
Like, look what I got the other day.
you know what? I'm going to do that. I want 9.0 Superman. I'm going to do that real fast.
9.0?
Yeah, 9.0. There you go. Because I don't get to see Kyle enough.
Are you going to tell him hi? All of us together?
I'll go back to that while I wait for him. The next thing I wanted to talk about, like I said, we'll go back when he comes in. Next thing I want to talk about is, this was crazy when I heard about it. I was like, so this is the last Ronin, right? This was supposed to be a rated R movie they were doing, and apparently Paramount canceled it.
This and a lot of other turtle stuff, actually. Like, they had the TV show that they were doing that was a spin-off from the most recent movie, the animated Mutant Mayhem, which did really good, but or maybe they didn't cancel that and they're starting to lean more into that side of it because of how good Sonic's doing with the family-friendly thing. And then this would be not what they're wanting to do, going down this path. So they shelved this one.
So which one of the turtles was going to be this Ronin?
Well, have you never read the story?
What?
Have you not read the story?
The first Teenage Ninja Turtle comic I read was Meets Godzilla about 2 days ago.
Okay. I will tell you this before I bring Kyle on, because I see Kyle's in the back there. Ninja Turtles The Last Ronin is the best Turtles thing I've ever read.
Yep.
So I'm not going to tell you who the turtle is, because that's a humongous spoiler for that book.
Is it one of the turtles or is it somebody new?
No, it's
No, it is
one of
one.
the turtles.
So that's got to be Raphael then. I see a Sai there.
Yeah, but he also has the bow. He also has the sword.
Oh, is that what's sticking up out of his back?
Yeah.
He's the last one.
So
Well, you just the scruffy look on his face. I'm guessing Raphael.
okay.
You would think that.
So let me hop back to this, because I know maybe Kyle has something he wants to say about Ronin first. Let's go ahead and bring on producer Kyle.
I have nothing to say about Last Ronin.
Okay.
I'm still grieving.
Oh. There we go.
But also, the best turtle story ever is Return to New York from Volume 1. Anyway. So the reason I'm even here, the Heritage auction from the fall heritage auction every year is the big heritage auction, right? It's where if you've got something that is Kyle could hold it and then would cry for a while, that's where you send it, right? Is the fall heritage auction. So this is the one where they sold all of the Cassidy art. It's the one where they're selling all of this real high end original art. It's, I mean, the previous 3 records for most expensive single issues were set at Heritage Fall Auction, right? Like, and I call it the Fall Auction. They have a name for it, like, but I don't listen. I can't afford to buy anything there, so why would I know the actual name for it?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I bought a collection this week, and it's the single most I've ever paid for a comic collection in the history of my comic career. So, anyway, the way this works is you see higher dollar figures come out of all of this, and a lot of it is corporations are buying items and then donating them for the tax deductions. You've got, you know, big, again, wealthy dudes who are buying stuff and donating it for the tax deductions here at the end of the year, right? It's when a lot of the universities and museums get their comic donations from people, which kind of sucks that these things aren't in the hands of collectors, but at the same time, it means they get preserved by museums forever. So, like, you know, you take your trade-offs. But a family in California found a Superman #1 just like preserved in a box, and they sent it and had it graded, and it came back a 9.0. Right, it's the highest grade Superman 1 I think ever to hit the auction block. There may be higher grade ones that have sold privately, but this is the highest one to ever go to auction, I believe. It sold for, and this is where, again, this is why when we start talking about comic art auctions and art auctions, and like the numbers just get dumb, because the book itself only sold for 7.6 million. The remaining 1.5 or so is the buyer's premium, is the slice you have to pay to the auction house.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah. So they paid as much just to like pay fees to the auction house for that book as whoever bought this Neil Adams wonky leg page bought or paid for the whole page. Like, that's the crazy part about when we start talking about these huge values, right? Like, I remember when Dinesh bought the Ultimate Fallout 4 cover, and it was like a $4 million thing. But then you start figuring out, oh, well, the percentage the auction house gets, he's really only paying 3 and change. And I'm like, wait a minute, we're still talking about millions and millions of dollars for the cover to a book that, like, yeah, first Miles Morales is a big deal, but the book itself was only mid. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the issue itself was only okay. Now, big important book. Don't get me wrong, big important book. But it didn't like it was the cover to The Watchmen or something. You know, like,
Yeah.
the covered V for Vendetta #1. Like, so it's where these numbers really get astronomical and get really out of control are the buyer's premiums. When you're paying, you're paying again the service fees on top of. You go to a local auction, and I've gone to several comic or local auctions where they've had big lots of comics, lots of comic art, lots of manga, lots of trades, that kind of stuff. And you're usually paying like a 10% premium. So you spend $500, it costs you $550, right? When you spend 7.6 and have to drop another 1.5, like, we are talking about numbers that aren't people anymore, right? Like,
No. Jeez.
these things are no longer human. So the fact that happened has sent huge shockwaves really through kind of the backside of the community, i.e., like retailers, collectors, people who have high-end stuff in their collections. Because what it does is it drives the price of everything else up. Right? So my TMNT #1 first print is worth more now because that book sold for that much. Which is kind of a ridiculous thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, my TMNT, it has nothing to do with Superman, but it's worth more. Like my copy of, the race, right? The Flash versus Superman race, which, I think Jay, was that last year I got you that for Christmas?
I
2
think
years
so.
ago?
I think so.
No, I don't remember. But like that book is worth 10 or 15% more today than it was Thursday because of this sale. Like, so it drives up all these other values, which is great, but also like a little scary. Because if you're someone like me who makes their living buying and selling collections, it means collections get more expensive. Right?
Yeah.
And we already have huge jumps. I have a book that I showed Thursday night on the show, on the sale, that a month ago was a $40 book. Now it's a $140 book. Because they announced that the characters are going to be in the Lanterns show. Who's going to be the lead in the Lanterns show, right? Okay, well, that raises the price. Now add another 5% on because all comic collections went up a little bit. Right? Now that's more, obviously I'm not going to do that, and like it doesn't work quite like that, but it does kind of. In that way where everything goes up. It doesn't affect individual books, but it affects value of collection. So the $1,200 collection I just bought, it's probably now a $1,300 collection. And that could be the difference between buying and not buying. But also it could be the difference if you're a store, you're going to see a lot of people walk into your store going, "Hi, are you buying comics? I have these comics from the 1900s and 80s that are still in their original plastic."
Oh, don't say it like that. 1900, the
Right.
late 1900s.
Right. They're super rare. Like there's this one where Superman dies. I have 17 copies of it. Do you guys want to buy them? And people are gonna think they're worth a ton of money, and they're
like
not.
10,000.
Huh?
I said I'll take 10,000 for the lot of them.
Yeah.
The ultra rare white polybagged Superman 500.
Right, don't miss out.
I will give you 16 cents to get it out of my store. like that's going to be a real thing. So if you are out there watching the show, like I bet I'm the only like retailer or buyer seller kind of, business model that's here. But if you're somebody who like maybe is going to go into a shop and try and sell some books, just know they're going to be offering you less than you expect because they're getting a lot of people who are bringing them a lot of trash. Right? So now is not a good time to sell from a value standpoint, but it is a good time to sell from an interest standpoint. So again, if you're just looking to get some quick cash, it's a good time. But yeah, I saw that response, and like we're doing this whole Tuesday on Comic Industry Insiders. The show is about Mo metadata, Mo money. But the concept being like how knowing what your product is and knowing how the market is trending on those things help you to increase your profitability and other things. But like it all starts with this. Okay, now that the price is set for a high grade Superman 1, what does that do for a high grade Spider-Man 1? What does that do for a high grade Batman 1? Right? Like I don't know because I don't see those books all the time. But it's going to certainly increase the base price for those things. And once the base price gets up to a certain level, man, they just become unattainable. Not that they were ever attainable for real people, but
Yeah.
I was pricing Detective Comics today
Hmm.
because this collection had a whole short box of Detective Comics since it came back with Rebirth, right? And I'm like, okay, I have. Oh, it's only. Oh, they consider it all volume 1. So in order to get to number 934, you have to start with number 1. Well, I don't have that one. Don't have like. And you're like, show me only the keys, and it's the first 75 issues are all keys because they're all like 16. Like the cheapest one's like $17,000. And you're like, costs more than my car.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
right. I was so glad that Sean ended up getting us Absolute Batman #1, like the first print, because every time it feels like every time I go to look at it, the price just keeps ticking up.
yeah, I put one on the sale this week just to see if somebody would bite
Hmm.
at probably about 10% over market right now because I don't really want to sell it, right? Like, and you guys, Ed and Nope, you guys are there. Jay, you're there enough. Sometimes I put stuff on the sale that I'm like, if somebody's dumb enough to buy this, I don't mind selling it, right?
Right.
But I don't actually want to sell it. Um, so like again, putting it up for $100, it's probably 10% over market, but it's right on market for next week
Yeah.
with the way that book is trending, right?
Yeah. That's
And so 2 weeks from now, that book is actually under market.
Right.
Right. So if you buy it now in 2 weeks, well, you're actually probably buying it for $10 under market. So it's this idea of kind of understanding that trend, and when you buy a collection, what it does. I spent all day. Well, I spent the second half of the Ohio State game working on this collection because apparently they play better when I'm working on comics. And as a football fan, I need them to play better. So I was working on comics, and like I've to the point now where I know exactly what I paid, like on a granular level per box for this collection, right? So I know what I have to make per box to make profit, and I know what I have to make per box to actually make profit, right? And they're two different numbers.
well, we got two of the producers of the experience on the channel right now.
Don't make me sell it, Catherine. No, I will talk about the experience here in a second. But anyway, so like I spent the afternoon, and what I'm doing is going through all the box, pulling all of the keys, major keys, minor keys, right? And I've got one box that's anything that sells for over cover price, and everything else stays in the box and will sell for $2. I don't care if it's worth $10. If it $10 is cover price, it stays in the box and it'll sell for $2. I'm done. I'm not dealing with it because everything that sells over cover is going in this other box. And so I'm at the point where I'm making 2.6 times what I paid per box until I get to the box today. And it's Convergence.
Oh.
And I went to 1.8 times what I paid per box. Because Convergence. For those of you who don't know, Convergence was this event in DC Comics that they did that was awful. I mean, just downright terrible. Like, literally some of the worst use of paper ever in the history of the human race. Okay? And they did it so that DC could move their offices from New York to California. And they could have a month where they didn't actually have to worry about publishing anything. And I'm going to have to pay somebody to take these books away. No, it's one of those things is that like once you get to that granular level, and that's what we're talking about on Tuesday on Comic Industry Insiders, like all of a sudden the numbers that like what a Superman 1 goes for, or what that Neil Adams page go for, you begin to understand that everything's just a multiplier. Because you realize probably the first time that Neil Adams page sold was probably $100.
Yeah.
but it's probably sold now so many times, right, that it's gotten to this astronomical multiplier. And Neil Adams has passed, and so there's not new Neil Adams art. So it's becoming rarer and rarer as more of it enters private collections, right? So the multiplier increases because of that. I'm pricing out my comic art collection. I've got 31 pieces of art. Well, when you talk to these comic art dealers, they're like, well, you have to charge what it would cost you to replace it. I'm like, I don't want to replace it. I want it gone. I want the money.
Well,
Like, I sent one guy the Mona Lisa Saperstein meme. Money, please. Like, I don't like, but those guys add an additional multiplier onto that stuff because they're like, how much is it going to cost me to replace this piece in my inventory? So it's an interesting thing to think about. Okay, I'm going to sell the experience really fast because it is 9:30 and I wanted to go to bed at 9 o'clock like an old person. Granted, I've been up since 5:30, so it's not like and I went to bed at 1. Like, I've earned it. So the experience is the things that happen in a local comic shop, except you're sitting on your couch. You have the opportunity to have conversations, to buy stuff, to talk about the news, all of these things that you would do inside a local comic shop, that you would experience inside a local comic shop, except you could do it from wherever you are through YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram. I did a TikTok live last week. Nobody came to that. It was fun though. But like, through social media and through every place where you're already consuming media on the internet, we are there having conversations and selling comics and talking about the news. And oh, by the way, Jay and I make the whole thing, make all the wheels turn. So mostly Jay. Sometimes I just yell at him through Slack, and other times like I have to press the buttons. And so it's a pretty good time.
Yeah.
And almost every show, that guy and that guy are in the chat. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. We got a pretty good community. Our whole thing, and like I will say it on this channel, I'm not going to say it anywhere else publicly yet, but next year's our 5th anniversary. We've been doing this 5 years. Creating a streaming network on Facebook.
Hey, Corey.
Corey, I'll answer that question actually. So making a streaming network on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, at one point Twitter, Instagram, all these places is hard work. And we've been doing it for 5 years, and we've bootstrapped it the whole time. We're hoping that in the new year we'll have some big announcements that will make Jay sleep a little better at night. Will make me a few years younger. All of those things. But we're really leaning into the idea of community, not customers, or community, not consumers, right? So many of the other platforms that you interact with comics and comic sellers and comics conversations, before you can interact with anybody, you got to download an app, create an account, give them your credit card information, then go find somebody you actually like, and then have these conversations. Whereas we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch. Doesn't cost you anything to come find us. And if you never want to buy anything, nobody cares. Don't get me wrong, if I'm doing a live sale, I want to sell some comics. But I'm just as happy to have a conversation with people. Have a good chat with people about, why do you think it's a bad thing that Netflix is going to buy Warner Brothers, or a good thing that Netflix is going to buy Warner Brothers? Or, do you think my offer of $7 and a ham sandwich is actually going to hold up for Warner Brothers? I don't know.
Still waiting for the call.
Hey, it's good ham. So, but we can have those conversations there, and it's a fun time. So we've got some new shows coming in the new year that I'm very excited about, including one that I spent several hours last week writing about and working on. It's it's one of those things. Like I said, Catherine, anytime you go into a comic shop, it's the same thing, right? You can buy stuff, but if you're just here to hang out, you're just here to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to come in and talk about your Funko Pop collection? Great. Who cares? we just love the stuff and we want to talk about it. So that's what we do. Why don't I start a fire with the Convergence books? Because I already have some books that I'm starting a fire with. And it feels really icky to start a fire with somebody's art. Turns out when that person is really icky, it's a little easier. And nobody who worked on Convergence is icky. Just the books are bad. Bad comics are still comics. But bad comics by bad people, that you can use to start a fire.
True.
So, okay. Is there anything else you want my opinion on? Okay.
Is there?
Then
is
in
there-
response-
do you have a favorite video game franchise? Is video games a thing that you're into?
I like the Tetris franchise.
Okay.
Also Solitaire.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Royal Kingdom and Royal Match lately. Listen, I was a big video gamer for a long time, but I have an addictive personality. And so when you're putting 100 hours into a game and you're not getting your work done, it's a bad time. And so I actually sold my console in 2019. I had the Star Wars Edition PS4.
Oh,
It was gorgeous. I loved that thing. And all my games to a guy to cover a bill I needed to pay. And I have a Switch that the charger was missing for almost a year and a half. And I just found it. And now I can't find the Switch.
oh no.
And the only game I have for the Switch, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Tetris and some Hellboy video game. So like if I find the Switch, I will totally charge it just to play the Hellboy video game. But I am not a huge gamer. My last game that I really love that I consider franchise is Tom Clancy's The Division. But like I played all the Gears, I played all the Call of Duties, I played all the Halos and the first person, all of that kind of stuff. But those were never my jam. Like, do you guys remember a game called The Incredible Machine by Sierra Games or Sierra? Was it Ed? You probably remember this. Sierra Nevada.
Huh. He might be away.
No, I'm here. I'm just trying to think.
Okay.
It's not ringing a bell.
High Sierra something. Anyway, it was The Incredible Machine. It was basically you were building Rube Goldberg machines to solve. It was a puzzle solving game for children, like on Mac 2s, right? Like, or they were like Apple 2s, or like I think Windows ME was the last year they made the game compatible. Like, so like this, it was one of those games. Like it was like Mousetrap, the board game, except on the computer. That's my favorite game of all time.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I spent more money at a Tekken machine and a Turtles in Time cabinet than I maybe have ever spent on actual console video games.
Yeah.
But that was I grew up in the era where we still went to the arcade on Friday nights. Like some kids were going to parties and getting in trouble, and me and my friends are going to the arcade and getting in trouble. So like I guess the best video games are the kind that you have to stand and go.
Yeah, that must have been before my time.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my favorite franchise. Maybe Turtles in Time.
Yeah, I really love that one.
So, then I'm gonna leave. But in response to the earlier South Park references, screw you guys, I'm going home.
All right, man.
Bye, Kyle.
Oh, that's awesome. Always great when he can stop by when he's not busy. Hardest working dude I know, guys. Hardest working dude I know.
Welcome, Catherine. It's great to have you here tonight.
Yes, it
Yep.
really is. Like, so to answer you from earlier, this is actually just the first time that we've streamed to both channels. Usually on Saturdays, I have the Weird Opes on with me. It's just this time we were thinking about it, and I was like, it'd be cool. We stream to both channels, so and it doesn't matter to me where y'all watch it. Like, as long as it's being watched, that's all I care about. As long as it's being watched, you're having a good time, and again, like Kyle was saying, the experience, yeah. You just pop in. You can say hi to me. I'll talk to you in the chat. That's what I do all the time. It's basically what I do all week. Is just talk to people in the chat and push buttons.
That's how we all met.
Yeah. Exactly. One of the best things about my job is all the people that I've met, all the people that I continue to meet. I love to watch. Hey, you'd fit in. You'd fit in perfectly.
I think you've been watching us too much. You're picking up our sarcasm.
Yeah. Yeah. So there was something else I was going to do. So I dropped an unboxing video today. Let me make sure do I have it? Yeah, there we go. So I just wanted to show it off again because this is my first Bjorn Berens cover that I've gotten. So I did an unboxing for this today. All cool little like mini movie prints in there. And also,
What comic was that?
It's called The Curse of Cleaver County from Garrett Gunn.
That's what
Okay.
what I was going to ask you. Hey, Tracy.
Hey! Artist Tracy Medina.
Did you get into 50 yet?
Oh my goodness. We're I don't think so, but folks, artist Tracy Medina has a YouTube channel. If you haven't yet, drop the link in the chat. Go sub up to her. We're trying to get her to 50 subs. That way she can go live and do her amazing art live in front of people. Now let's see. Did I add Corey? I added Corey. Added Tracy to the wheel. Oh, you're awesome. You're awesome. The other thing I wanted to show off because I totally got sidetracked in what I was going to do was we were at Walmart the other night and I found these blind boxes for this set called Tiny Nightmares. And what the first one I pulled, got home, unboxed it.
That is awesome.
Is that Ronald McDonald?
Yep, it sure is.
Now that's what I call a Happy Meal right there.
Now the camera doesn't really show it off that great, but the eyes are actually
Lenticular?
it's like it's this clear plastic over them, and then his pupils, it looks like Georgie holding a balloon. Like I said, I'll have to take a picture of it and show y'all later. It's really hard to see, but there's a bunch of them. Let's see. There's see how well you can see this. Bride of Frankenstein, Megan, Chucky, The Nun, Pennywise, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Want to say Michael Myers from
You sent
Halloween
that
2.
through the chat. I remember that now.
Dude, if you get the Bride of Frankenstein, I would be so jealous.
Well, and did you see also, too, it was Halloween 2, Eddie?
Yep.
Nothing wrong with Halloween 2. It's the same mask, but if it was Halloween 5 or 4, I'd be like, keep it. Or no, 5. 5.
Then looks like Tiffany from Bride of Chucky. So
I had breakfast at her place.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I took
I think I remember the film.
That took way too long, man. That took way too long.
Well, I was reading what Corey said. I will absolutely. I think. I follow you on Instagram. I'll send it to you on Instagram. That's awesome. Cool. Yes. Let me. You know what? Yeah, I'll send it to you. Give me a second. It's how we do things live here, folks. There's no real structure.
You can also reach Jay through his OnlyFans page.
Yeah, only hobbits.
It's a page about feet,
Yeah, hairy feet.
hairy feet.
Hairy feet fetish.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember you sending that picture of that all those different figures through the chat.
Yeah, like I said, it's just I picked it up and I was like, you know what? I'd love to have all of these. My luck, I was gonna pick up Megan, but as soon as I opened it up, I showed it to Jen and she was like, "Oh yes."
Dude, what they did to Megan in the sequel is criminal.
I heard.
They went too far the opposite direction.
It's totally criminal. That was
Yeah.
actually a decent movie and had half a chance.
Yeah, the first one was not bad. It was good.
They took Nightmare on Elm Street and what they did with Freddy and amped that by like 200, and it was just too much too fast, and they ruined it.
Heard they tried to make it a comedy.
Well, that's kind of what they did with the Nightmare on Elm Street after like 3 and 4.
Well, he just kind of it took on its own kind of humor. It's not that they were trying to be funny.
Oh yeah, they were. And don't even tell me they weren't trying to be funny in Freddy vs. Jason. That's just the greatest movie ever, and it's hilarious.
That movie's so good.
Why don't you just die?
Dude, like Timu J from Jay and Silent Bob. I like that guy in that movie.
Which guy?
The wannabe Jason Mewes that's in that movie.
Okay, I'm drawing a blank.
You know who Jason Mewes is?
Yes, of course.
The only dude in that movie that looks like him.
I don't watch that
Caterpillar.
movie for the other people. I watch them for Jason and Freddy.
The
I
Caterpillar.
don't remember.
You got to have the kills. You got to have the other people. It's not like Godzilla or
You can't put faces to the kills.
I pretty much fast forward to where they fight each other and just watch that and laugh and enjoy every bit of it. But I did watch the whole movie when it came out, and I do like it, but I just love their fight scenes. Especially Freddy, of all people. Why don't you just die when they've tried to kill him like 25 times?
yeah.
And then at the end, when he's got his head, he winks at the camera. That was just awesome. I love that movie. But I don't remember Jason Mewes in that movie.
It's the dude that eats the caterpillar.
Oh, that fudge nut. Okay, yeah. I
like
don't
him.
remember what he looks like, but now I know who you're talking about.
He like, oh, what's going on? And then gets cut in half.
Yeah, thankfully, yes, he does get cut in half. Thankfully, he wasn't eating a centipede. We've had enough of that.
So we're getting a little bit back on the rails, I guess. Let's go back to The Last Ronin. This was a book that we got it for in stores this week one time. And on top of everything else I had to read, I ended up reading the whole thing because they sent us the entire thing instead of just like an issue. It was the whole thing. I read it all. I could not
So
put it down.
what is this deal with the word Ronin? I'm seeing it everywhere, and I never heard of it before a couple years ago. What's a Ronin?
Ronin is basically like if in Japan with samurai and all that, if your master's been defeated in battle, so to say, you all feel the shame and you're supposed to die with your master or whatever, but some of them don't. Or in some cases, you have the one that survived the battle kind of thing, and they just wind up being Ronin. Like if you're samurai without a master.
Yep.
Makes you Ronin.
So it's a title, not a name.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
That's why, what's his name?
Ralph
Hawkeye.
Macchio.
Hawkeye, when he becomes Ronin,
Mm-hmm.
Ronin's a title because in the comics there's more than one Ronin.
Hawkeye from Avengers?
Yeah.
Mhm. whenever he goes after the snap and he kind of goes on a spree.
Yeah, he's Ronin then.
Do they actually call him that?
Not officially in the movies,
I
but
was going to say, I do not remember that at all. Okay.
I think the one guy, when we meet up with him, I think the one guy calls him the Ronin, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I've watched Endgame.
and it could just be in the beginning of that movie too,
Yeah.
like not actually in the show unless they refer to it when in the suit. You know, the suit's a big thing in that Hawkeye series.
So,
Yeah.
so when Hawkeye was killing everybody, they should have played "Keep Ronin, Ronin, Ronin." I was trying to get Nope while he was drinking.
Yeah, I need to. I need to learn and be better about that. No better. If Eddie has a chance to talk, don't take a drink.
That's right.
I get in so much trouble. That's nice. I get in so much trouble because I don't pay attention to when Jenna drinks or eats, and I really should, because more often than not, I have almost unalived my wife just by being naturally funny like I am.
Did you just unalive? I will never say that. That is so silly.
I know. I
That's
like
just
it.
like vegan covers. Someone show me a vegan cover to a comic book that's not vegan, and I will throw up.
Well, you know what, Ed? Once you train YouTube to not be such a bitch,
Right.
Me and Dumbass will get right on that.
yes, please do. Apologize for those watching. Sometimes I use some periwinkle blue language.
Periwinkle blue.
Unless people watch Letterkenny, most of the time, some of the quotes I say nobody's going to get. Well, yeah. Anyway, going back to this, I was excited to see it. I'm kind of bummed out we're not going to get it now, especially because I wanted to see how, because it was supposed to be live action. So I was really interested to see on how they were going to do it. But again, I don't necessarily believe it needed to be rated R if that's what they were worried about. Maybe it was just for violence.
Probably because that's kind of the whole thing about the original series itself is it is darker than the cartoon. Naturally, that's why you got the cartoon and that version of the Turtles for the kids. But the original comics really aren't that bad. Like I'd let my nephews read them, and they're 8, 9. I don't think it's anything that at least these kids nowadays, it's not going to be anything that's going to shock or anything like that, traumatize them.
So something you just said just sank into my head. If this is the last Ronin, does that mean that the other 3 turtles and Splinter have all died?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Those bastards.
Well,
They better come back like Kenny.
and to
Well, they
kind
did
of
because they're fighting Godzilla, so it's all good.
to tease it without actually spoiling who it is, it's basically the saddest it could be. That's who it is.
It's got to be Raphael. It's got to be.
Well, we got to get
You will
you.
appreciate this.
Yeah, we got to get you reading it because it's a fantastic story. It's a fantastic
I'll
story.
add it to my wheel of meat.
And it's also an afternoon read too. It's not like it's going to take you forever. It's only 5 books.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There is extra that goes along.
That was going to be my next question, because if it's like an ongoing series, it's not going to happen, because I've got so many of those I want to start already.
It is, but it isn't. Like this is a self-contained story, and then it has sequels and side stories to it. But otherwise, you can read just these 5, and you know the story of the last Ronin. Boom, done, over with. But there's a whole other 5-issue series called The Lost Years that takes place between others dying and him coming back, kind of thing. So you have that, and then there's also the sequel series to it, The Last Ronin 2, which, you read this series, you see how they get into a sequel, but unnecessary to read that or any of that. You can read just these 5 and be a happy camper.
Yeah. But again, bummed we're not going to see it, but maybe that's something they'll revisit in the future.
Well, they probably didn't want to make a movie of the other turtles getting killed. That would mortify kids.
Well, dude,
Well, it's not.
I would.
That's why it wouldn't have been for kids. It wasn't going to be a cartoon.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said,
but that would end up like the stupid Deadpool movie. You know damn well kids are going to want to see it if it's a teenage turtle movie.
True, but that's how they announced it when they announced it, and it was like last year or something when that happened.
So is this like their version of like a what if the turtles all died or something?
Not necessarily, because it's actually supposed to be the ending series and the for the original 1984 run. So it's supposed to essentially pick up where all those left off.
So the new ones that we're getting now are not part of the same run.
Correct. No, these are technically a continuation of the 2011 series. The Jason Aaron run picks up not right where it leaves off, kind of thing. But
I know this is going to seem weird, folks, but give me 5 minutes. I will be right back.
Okay. But the original series actually has the more darker tone and all that, to where the movies, you can definitely tell that the movies were a little bit darker than the cartoon itself. But that's kind of the level of darkness that the original series had, because it was in black and white, so it wasn't like there was blood in all the pages and stuff like that. Like, colored versions didn't come later. So
the only versions I know of are the cartoon and the movies. I've never read the comics.
yeah, the first movie actually really closely follows, for the most part, the series itself, like the actual original Turtle series, because it has the burning down of April's little secondhand shop, and then going off to the farm and recovering from the battle and all that stuff, and then they return to New York, like Kyle said. He said that was the best turtle story.
Wow, Jay left and came back looking totally different.
Howdy.
She don't know she's muted. She don't know she's muted.
I was saying, I was drinking my tea. I knew I was muted.
That good?
Right, yeah.
That good southern sweet tea. Good dog.
Means it's loaded with sugar.
It's going to ruin your last 2 teeth.
My teeth are mostly implants. They're not being ruined. They'll be there.
Oh, okay.
Longer
Give me some of them.
Jay calls my cut witchcraft.
Your cup witchcraft?
Yeah, because it's been 10 hours and it's still full of ice.
I got cups that do that.
He's like, witchcraft, witchcraft.
This one will have ice in it for, overnight.
Yeah,
I thought maybe it was because he liked watching you suck off. Never mind.
Dirty old men, the whole lot of you.
Good scroll.
Oh my God, who's in here today? Who do we got? Hello, peoples. Oh my God, peoples.
My friends.
One of our weird dopers popped in because we're streaming on both of our websites.
Oh, that's cool.
Catherine is one of our regulars over on our channel.
Hi, Catherine. I'm Jenna. I am not the J.
Well, and the cool thing is they both show up on the chat that pops up on screen. So even though they're in separate chats on separate channels, it still pulls up in the one.
How dare you guys get so cool? Rude. How dare you be so cool?
Too cool for school.
Yes, I am not the J. Although my
Yep.
name starts with a J. Ugh. It was always funny. So, like, most of us start with J. 'Cause there's Gina, Jessica, Jennifer, Jonathan, Joseph. So my grandparents would be like, J, whenever they'd want to yell at us. So we were all just like J for a while there. But yeah.
Just like my brother's
Here comes
family,
one,
they
like-
named all of their kids Jay. Jason, Jennifer, Jonathan, Joshua, Julie.
Yes. Oh, and then, oh, hold on. And now my nieces and nephews. We've got Joshua, Juliana, another Gina. Like, it's why? Why there's so many? There's Juan, even though it starts with a J. I was like, you're the only one nobody can mess up.
What about Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus is his
Jesus.
cousin.
Does he have polyps?
I don't know. So I heard you guys were talking about the Videogames today.
We haven't got there yet, but that's
Oh,
part
okay,
of the plan.
okay. Gosh darn it! I keep waiting for
Go
the
ahead,
news.
start talking about your children eating
I
weirdness.
cannot talk about that right now because I'm sure Jay has a great segue into it.
He's got
I-
pictures, yeah.
Because I get when it comes to Gears of War, I've played all of them, including when they had two different mobile games as well. I've played them, and every single time it brings out a violent side of me that I think one time Jay said he was actually scared. I think it was in Gears 3. We were playing Horde, trying to get Seriously 3.0. And he was just like, who are you? And I'm like, because I got killed and then he brought me back. I was like, all right, mama's home. It's time to kill everybody. And I did. I threw a couple of grenades and just nerfed the whole team. I was like, that's what you get for killing me. One of your people killed me, so I have to kill you all now. Okay? Okay. I think that's fair, in my opinion. I'm just saying.
It's usually how it goes.
Yeah, you're not terrifying at all. Not at all.
Only when I'm playing Gears of War am I scared.
Is Gears of War where you eat children?
Yes! They're not technically children. They're technically juvies or tickers, depending on which Gears.
Well, I'm sorry, but there's some part of you deep down in your soul that enjoyed saying that you were going to eat their children because I could feel the pleasure in the screaming coming out of that room.
Okay, so when I play Gears 3, they have people that get turned into formers, which is kind of like zombies because their gasoline is called emulsion and it's all glowy and yellow, right? So the longer you're exposed to it, the more infected you get, the more you turn into this thing. But at the same time, you have the locusts that are also infected by this stuff. And then when, like, you have these little bitty things crawling after you and you're like, I'm going to eat you. Oh, like it instills fear into their hearts and then they run away from you instead of trying to kill you. Do you see the logic? Yeah.
Yes, talking to video games is very logical.
It works for me. Every time. I don't do a whole lot of talking. When I'm playing, I'm usually focused, but there's just like there's a moment where it's like they start really like ticking me off. And I say something and they run away for a minute. And I'm like, I think this game can actually hear me, even though I don't have any headphones or anything. Come back here. Just stop running away. I just want to chainsaw you in half. Come back.
Any victims?
Now, there are two other games that I do a lot of talking with. It's one is Vampire Survivor, and the other one is Brotato. And it's just like you could play it as mobile games, but I played on my Xbox because I like a bigger screen. And it's just upgrade. I usually start off where it's like I can protect myself, and then I'll chase after them, and I kill them while I'm protecting myself, and then I get more XP, and then I get more weapons that are just like surrounding me. But at some point, usually pretty early on, when you're still pretty weak, you haven't, done upgrades and they attack you. And it's like, no touch, bad touch. No, bad touch, no touchy. So that's what I'm yelling most of the time when I'm playing those games. It's like, no, don't touch me there. That is my no square. Like, no.
You sound like one of my dating days. Jeez, oh Pete.
What I do is like, that's a bad touch. It's a bad touch.
You got Bloodhound Gang playing in the background the whole time. The bad touch.
That makes me a sad panda.
Exactly. I say that when I get killed in potato.
Uh,
Because you're a potato when you start off. You're just a regular potato with no power-ups or anything. You just start as a potato with a single gun, and then you have like zombie bugs coming after you. And then as you upgrade, you get better guns, and like you turn into a cyborg potato. That's why it's called Brotato. It's great. I love the game.
Potato.
But I also play fun, like little, like I love playing Stardew Valley. It's nice. Yes, we are live. Hello, Thomas. But I also like playing Stardew Valley, where it's nice and chill. I mean, until you go into the mines and you have to kill dinosaurs and like ghosts and stuff. But that's beside the point. Yeah, just a touch. Just a touch of the crazies when it comes to video games. I'm just saying. Like, what about you guys?
just a touch.
I used to yell at the screen a lot. You know,
Oh,
my younger years for sure. I used to break controllers, throwing them.
I have never broken a controller.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same.
What? Okay, I have to ask this. I have to ask,
controllers.
what makes you like, oh, my $50 to $60 controller, let me break this because I'm doing bad in this game.
It was a teenager's logic.
Even when I was playing as a teenager on my like old school PlayStation and other stuff, like
Well,
$20 controller.
once I broke one and I had to pay for a new one, that changed things.
Okay. All right.
So, but yeah.
Hey,
there was-
Thomas, glad you could make it.
Yeah.
What about you, Ed? Have you ever been so angry you broke something because of a game?
No, I never threw anything because of a video game, but I've broken a few remote controls over football games.
Bruh,
That I don't get.
I don't
That's
get that either.
Well, it just happens. It's not planned.
Oh gosh.
You know how they spike the football? Well, sometimes the remote gets spiked. It happens.
Oh.
Touchdown!
Oh.
I've also torn a clock off the wall and smashed it into the ground and then kicked it across the room. So yeah, it's
Why?
never over
Oh
a
my
video game.
gosh. Ed, we're friends. We're friends.
We are.
There's only ever been one time I came close to breaking a controller, and it was back in the Xbox 360 days. Jay and I had just started dating, and we had gone on vacation.
They had video games back then?
Shut up, Ed. And
You were still in a diaper, weren't you?
Shut up. Were we playing 2 or 3? I think we were playing Gears of War 3. And I'm there, I'm level like 34 at this point. It's doing great. And then all of a sudden there was a glitch and his Xbox turned off. We turned it back on. My entire gamer profile was erased. Like I didn't exist. All the games, all my achievements, my entire profile was just gone. I was erased. All my Xbox and Xbox 360 games were just like gone. Like there was no Jedi. And so I didn't throw the controller, but I kind of like tossed it on the bed and walked away. That is the closest I've ever gotten to breaking anything because of gaming. It was not fair though. It was a lot. I may have sworn at a game or two, but admit nothing. What about you, dear? Have you ever broken anything because of a game?
Nope, just my controllers get broken.
Somebody else broke your controller because they were mad at the game? Oh.
Gee, I wonder who that was, Jenna.
It was not me. I literally just said I've never broken a controller.
You said you never broke yours. You never said you didn't break Jay's.
It's the imaginary friend.
Oh, Sean.
Hashtag Husian.
That damn
then-
printer color.
And then years later, he replaced it with whatever the next console was.
Do you want to know who's notorious for breaking controllers?
Hmm.
My mother, who was like 60 something at the time, and the controllers were Atari sticks
Oh,
because she played Pac-Man. And she swore that if she moved her arms in the same direction that she was moving Pac-Man, that helped her
Yes.
get away from the ghosts.
yeah.
And
That's
she,
That is
the
how that
funny
works.
thing is that whenever she'd break one, she wouldn't say a word. She'd get in her car, she'd drive all the way to Kmart, and she'd be back with another controller, plugging it in to play Pac-Man. I'm like, I am the only person in the world that has a mother addicted to Pac-Man. I swear to God.
My grandmother was addicted to Pong on her Atari.
My
She
mom played Dr. Mario until she lost her eyesight when she was in like her early 80s.
Dr.
She just loved Dr. Mario. And
I
for
can
those of you who have never played it, it's basically like Tetris, but with pills. It's
Yeah.
little capsules that have colors on them. And if you can line up 4 colors, they explode. And it was like the simple things that pleased that woman. But of course, she grew up in the times when they ate large sandwiches. So she didn't know what computer games were.
Me and my grandfather used to go down to, there was this like it was a Citgo gas station that had no floor for half the building. But they had this arcade game, it's called Burger Time, in the corner. We would go there and we would play like every Sunday. Burger Time. That's why nowadays, like when we do get to go to the arcade that's down the street here, I'm like, I need my Burger Time. It's Burger Time time.
Was that the one that it's following the ingredients and you had to go by and catch what you?
No. You had to. So it's like ladders and stuff, and then you go up the ladders and you have to walk back and forth and make them all fall to make either a Burger Time or like egg sandwich or a milkshake. You have to make the stuff fat.
Across on like a conveyor or something on the bottom, and you got to time it.
No, you literally just had to get it to fall, but something was chasing you to kill you. So yeah. Every once in a while, salt and pepper would show up, and you'd be like, "Oh no, not salt and pepper! Oh no!"
I don't think I've ever said that in my entire life.
I know. Only in Burger Time have I ever said that. Only in Burger Time. I was like, "No, not the salt!
You'll ruin it."
Don't put."
I know why you didn't like the salt and the pepper.
In
Because
the
it's
milkshake.
the spice.
Oh
It's
my
the
god,
spice.
Ed.
She don't like
why-
this.
How do you tangle this up all the time? How does this keep happening?
I
I
knew that was
undo
coming.
this all the time, and you just tangle it right back up.
And now you know what it is, so you can laugh along with
I
us.
don't. Why? Why is this? I will find you.
She has the spice.
Oh.
We must get it from
Am I making it worse or making
Yes,
it
you're
better?
making it worse. We're live.
The other way?
We're live.
I don't care if you're live. Why do you tangle this?
It's not tangled to me.
Don't tangle it. She'll eat your children.
Oh my. I do yell crazy things when playing Gears of War, though, and that's
And
not.
that I will
even-
testify in federal court too, because I've heard it.
But Jay, what other things have I said where you've just like?
If you really want to hear her go off, Jenna, let's talk about Civil War the movie.
I will not.
Her favorite Avenger movie. of all
I
time.
will fight everybody in this room.
Oh man.
She just loves how they left out all those non-important, stupid characters.
Your soul.
Oh, they were so lame that they didn't even bother putting them in the movie.
I'm gonna break something.
No, don't break something. We'll get on with the show.
We are. We're talking about video games. Apparently, you hadn't been doing that yet. You've been live
hadn't
over now.
gotten
You
there.
haven't gotten there yet.
No, Kyle came in.
Oh, okay. What did Kyle?
We had to all go, hi, Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. I didn't get to talk to Kyle. How rude.
Yeah, wanted to show off some of the books that I was excited about this week before we get to.
Well, forget that. I'm going to talk about how I brined a turkey.
Oh, please, let's hear all about it.
No, it's okay.
I was totally joking. I did not want to hear about it.
Anyway,
All right, let me get out of the way though.
okay.
I was
I've
just
never
in
played
there-
that game either.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Oh, thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
My dear. Don't knock. Stop. Hold on, I got to deal with.
So we're just popping up random comics now? What are we doing?
I'm trying to get to it,
We're
Ed.
doing now.
Gotta give me a second.
When does this video game come out?
Well,
Yeah, this looks
I
like
would say Ed wasn't listening, but that's kind of par for the course. These are some comics I'm excited for this week.
You add them to the wheel?
This is Capes. This is part of the Invincible universe. I have not read this. This is apparently this is reprints of an out of print story that they had within the Invincible universe that's coming out.
That's 2.
I think it's 5 issues in this universe.
That's 3.
Universe.
Sons of bitch and bumpuses.
Now, is Robert Kirkman, is it considered all his own universe? Like,
Go to hell, no.
Multiple
That wasn't even a
walkthrough.
real question. Just go to hell right now. Just not even a real question.
But I'm excited to read this. I didn't catch it the first time. I only noticed in the front there you have Machine Head, and then in the back, that character that's back there is named Titan. Apparently,
J. Jonah Jameson?
no, I don't know who that guy is.
Looks like J. Jonah Jameson.
It might be.
That
No.
other one looks like Power Girl without the window.
They always do. There's in the Invincible show, Invincible goes to a universe where he's basically fighting Spider-Man and Doc Ock, but it's not technically Spider-Man and Doc Ock.
well, who does the voice for the dad on Invincible itself, the show?
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson himself, J.K. Simmons.
Okay. And his character kind of looks like that guy, just
He does. Yeah, he does. Then they
Guess
both
just
look
like
like, yeah, they both look like J. Jonah Jameson. See, next up, Batman Deadpool. Not to be confused like I did with Deadpool Batman. This came out. I've read the main part of the story. I didn't read any of the, or I started reading all the backups as well. This one was really good. Now, I really dug the Deadpool Batman one. And for folks out there, if it wasn't your thing, apparently most of the people that didn't like Deadpool Batman thought Batman Deadpool was loads better. But the story's pretty cool. It's very interesting, very twisty turny in it. The first backup story I read was it was Doctor Strange and Constantine. So that was a nice little team up there. I got to finish it. So far, though, these books, both of them to me have been fantastic. I can't wait to read more. We're in an age where all these companies are starting to do crossovers with DC, with Marvel. I think they finally realized, hey guys, we can make a lot of money crossing over characters. Y'all, we're gonna get to finally see Superman versus Homelander in the DC KO stuff. Like, that's the matchup I'm super excited for in DC KO. Superman versus Homelander.
Yeah, that's going to be cool to see. And then even cooler if they actually do anything with it live action.
Yeah.
But I feel like they got to cast Batman and all that. Or not Batman. Well, yeah, you got Florence Sweat almost. Batman's on screen, my brain's doing.
No, I got you. The next one I know nothing about. I thought the cover looked cool. Called Final Boss. Let me see if I can find the.
Oh, Tyler Kirkham. Is he the artist on this one?
I think so. Hold on. Where's the thingy at? There we go. So this is Tyler Kirkham cover. He's also the writer and the artist.
He's a real good artist.
Oh
I
yeah.
love his covers. He did a homage to the Batman 608, I think, where it's a Jim Lee pose up over the gargoyle, and it has a matching Superman. He did a Space Ghost.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Had to get that one.
Let's see. This is a over the top adventure that's high octane. That's a high octane nod to classic action stories. Trying to forge a new path, Tommy Brazen uses his newfound powers for various paid enforcer gigs and street fights, only to uncover a past far more complex than he ever imagined. Sounds cool. I'll give the first issue a shot. And then the last one on this list, Viking Moon. Joe Pruitt, I trust him when it comes to horror stuff. He was one of the big guys at Aftershock. Vikings and werewolves, man. Like, I don't know. It just kind of speaks to me. So
Thomas wins comment of the night.
I got lucky in that department. I get along with all of her family, luckily.
Well, goody for you.
I said I got lucky. Wasn't trying to rub it in.
all right, so to the main topic tonight for everybody. And I want to say, let me see, we'll put Thomas's name in the wheel.
You're probably going to have to explain that wheel again.
Yep.
Did Catherine pick two or not?
I was just about to get there.
Oh, okay.
So before we actually get to the topic of the night, I want to tell
In other words, you lied. We're taking another tangent.
Yes, I tangent all over the place, folks. For the new folks that are in the room tonight, this is something that I started for myself. It's kind of I took a bunch of books that I've been meaning to read, and I don't make the time for them, and I don't know why. But what I did was I made a wheel that has this list of books on it, and there's another wheel with names from the chat. And I will show those wheels off real quick if I can find the right one. So here we go. So that's not the right window, Jay. What are you doing? So we have this wheel right here. If it lands on your name, you give me a number. I will then go to this wheel right here. And whatever number you pick, that's how many times I'll shuffle the list up. We'll spin it. Whatever it lands on, that's what I will read and discuss next week. There's a winner's choice on here, so you can either pick something on the list, or you can give me a title you'd
I
like.
really hope Catherine gets winner's choice because I love her pick. You got to read that in 1 week.
Hey, man, with most of these, it's I read as much as I can. I'm still working my way through firepower, y'all.
That was great, Catherine. You just made my night.
30.
She's trying to beat Thomas for comment of the night on that one.
Tale of One Scene.
Pages that book.
See, CJ, we're a bad influence on people. Look at this. Look at the chaos we're creating.
Hey, man, chaos is good. But anyway, there's the list right there. It lands on that. I'll read it, and then we'll discuss it next week. Like I'm warning everybody now because it's your first time here. Appreciate you being here. The book that got picked last week was Big Titty Goth Girlfriends on the Moon. Just throwing that out there. We've been talking about that when it gets closer to the end of the show. But yeah, just wanted to let everybody know about the wheel, what it means, what we're doing with it. You don't really win anything, but it'll kind of keeps me accountable. Is that Cape Penthouse Letters? I don't know if they have.
Who said Penthouse Letters?
Yeah, that was Thomas. I don't think
That's awesome.
I don't think I'll be able to get that one.
The chat disappeared on. Oh,
yeah. For the wheel, I had the chat off.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into this.
So what he didn't tell you was he'd like you both to pick a number between 1 and 10.
Yes. I thought it
So
was 1
just-
and 13, but you already picked 13.
Oh no, I'm special. I get 13.
Okay. Yeah, so just in case you don't stay for the whole show, give me a number, and if you get pulled, I'll use that number to shuffle the list. So Gears of War, folks. This is a series I was telling last night on Thomas Got Six on Friday Night Live with Nancy. She had some Gears comics, some single issues. And I was like, love this series. This is my Star Wars, my Star Trek. And what I mean by that is I will never tell anyone that I'm like this humongously knowledgeable person. I know everything about it, can't learn anything else about anything. What I mean when I say this is my Star Trek, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, I love this stuff so much. I constantly love learning about it. I will watch videos on it. There could be Cliff Blazinski decides to mow his grass and he says Gears of War one time. I'll still watch that video, right? This is that. I love this so much. And my love of this was actually an accident. I've told this story a couple times, but we got some new folks here, so I'll tell it again. So Gears of War 1 came out in 2006. I was not playing this game at that time. I think it was about 2008. I had a roommate who had just gotten an Xbox 360. These were back when 360s were almost brand new. They still had the red ring of death problem. And our Walmarts were still 24 hours. That tells you how long ago this was. But one night he's like, "Hey, let's go to Walmart and check out the what do they call them? The half price games, the markdown games." I was like, "Okay." So we go and we're looking around, and I find this game called Facebreaker. It's a boxing game. I was like, "Dude, let's get this." He goes, "No, man, look at this," and he shows me this cover. And the cover's similar to what you see on the screen right there. Dude with a big chainsaw gun. And to be honest, at that time, I played wrestling games or Batman games. I wasn't into shooters. I've never been a first-person shooter kind of person, except for like GoldenEye and Perfect Dark. I love those games. But outside of that, and I don't clown on anybody who likes to play Modern Warfare or Halo. They're just not games for me. So he wanted to get this. Not gonna lie, I was a little butthurt that we didn't get the boxing game. So I was like, whatever. It's your console, it's your game. So he gets it. He starts playing it. I'm watching. I was like, well, it looks cool at least. And then he's like, "Hey man, I gotta go to the bathroom. You want to play for a minute?" And he kind of showed me the controls real quick. And the first time I ever revved up the chainsaw gun and chainsawed through a grub, I was like, "This is the game. This is the game for me."
Catherine, we wouldn't ban you. We'd promote you. Are you kidding? Yeah. That's the kind of nonsense that goes on around here.
Yeah, I'm not into banning anybody unless they take it a little too far. I mean, within means. You know what I mean?
I'm here. So if he's going to ban people, I'd have been gone a long time ago.
That's true. That's true. But so anyway, after that, I just fell in love with the series. He and I played through the campaign the first time on like the easy mode. Then we played through it on all the difficulties. Then I played through it by myself on all the difficulties. Had the memorization. I had the locations of what called cog tags, which are like their dog tags, because Gears of War, coalition of governments, cogs in the machine kind of thing. I had all the locations memorized. Pretty soon after that, Gears 2 came out. I pre-ordered that game. And from there on in, it's been something that I love. We found out they had books, went and got all the books. A lot of the books written by Karen Travis, who did.
Is this a POV game?
No, it's third person.
Oh, okay.
Like you can thank most newer games nowadays that have the cover-based third-person view, over-the-shoulder kind of view. You can thank this game for that, because they're kind of the ones that really had that style popular. This was supposed to be an Unreal Tournament game. Um,
I love the original Unreal Tournament.
that's what they were going for. This is built in the Unreal Engine. So, and then they decided to turn it into this. Like, if you go and watch the first trailers for these games, Marcus, the main character that's on in the front there, looked totally different. They still had Gary Jules' Mad World playing during the trailer, which becomes a running theme throughout the games. Like I said, the books are written by Karen Travis. She did an amazing job fleshing out the world. There's comics that were released by Wildstorm. Um, this is one of those things where I've been waiting for a movie for this since at least 2010, 2013, around that time. It's been sitting, it's been sitting, it's been sitting. Around the time Gears 4 was being announced, they had moved to Black Tusk Studios, who renamed themselves the Coalition for a coalition of ordered governments. They announced that they were going to be doing a movie. But they decided that their movie was going to be an alternate universe timeline where it's still on this planet. It's called Sarah. Very human like, though. Like, they're still human. It's just a different planet. It's weird. It's a weird thing if you dive too deep into it. But, and at first I was like, I don't want that. I want what these guys are known as the Delta Squad. I want to see that. Let me have that first, and then you can do whatever spinoff or whatever you want. Well, that fell through. And then we're waiting years and years and years. Then you have Batista. If you're a wrestling fan, you know who Batista is. He has been campaigning to become Marcus Phoenix forever. He's been.
And if you don't know wrestling, he's Drax from Guardians.
There you go. Thank you, Drax from Guardians, and he's become a very well-established actor. Like, the first couple of things he was in was rough, obviously, but I put him above some of the other wrestlers turned actors.
Wasn't he in a Fast and Furious movie too, or am I
He
confused?
probably was by now. He might have been. I don't even know with those movies anymore.
Oh, he was in a Gina Carano movie, and he did really, really well in that. He was her like nemesis in that movie.
Yeah,
That was a good movie.
So yeah, he's been campaigning so much so that in Gears 5 they have a mode in there where you can replay after you beat the campaign. You can replay it using Marcus Phoenix, a Batista skin as Marcus, and it's just Batista went in and redubbed all the lines from the game. So like, he was hardcore into this. I don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately. I think if when Netflix announced that they had purchased the rights and that they were making a movie, my first thought was, let him be Marcus Phoenix. The guys wanted it forever. Let him be that character. But basically, this is on a planet called Sarah, where they have these underground beings called the Locusts, and they're having issues with another sect of locusts called the Lambent. There's some war going on underground. They decide they're going to take over Earth. And there's this big event called Emergence Day, which is going to be game 6, is them going all the way back to that. They come up and they basically take over Earth and make it it's been war torn. This planet has been war torn for years. They had got done with this war that lasted 70 years. They knew 1 year of peace before this happens. And it's all these monsters and mutated things coming out of the ground, and it's up to the cog to stop them. And again, this is a game where if you have an Xbox and you have Game Pass, it's free on Game Pass. Give the game a shot. The story is fantastic. This, to me, at the time they've done this, I was thinking, the same way they did Spartacus, they could do this game as a movie. But I've also said, I don't want them to do a movie right off the bat. With everything going on with streaming, I want them to do like a 4 to 6 episode season, then go into a movie. That's what I'd really like them to do. And the fact that it hasn't been tried yet. The closest they were going to get to, and this is the example I always use, is The Dark Tower. If that movie would have been successful, the plan was the Dark Tower movie, and then there was going to be a TV season of it. And then it was going to lead into the next movie, but unfortunately it didn't work. And my thing is, there's so much lore to this game, especially through the books. There are moments in the books that are just, they gut punch you, that have never been brought into the games. Um, it's something. Yes, Stephen King's Dark Tower. Yes, Catherine, and Thomas. It may be like I said. This is just, it's a game that I love. I think that if even if you don't want to play the game, if you don't want to read comics, check out the actual books. Just like I said, we have most of them. This is one of those things that if it's Gears, I'm grabbing it just like I would Superman. Superman's my favorite comic book character. This is my favorite game series. So again, I just hope that the Netflix movie does it justice. I hope that they're really going to take their time, that they have people who care about the series. Oh, no! I'm sorry, Catherine. I meant the movie Dark Tower. They did that movie Dark Tower with Idris Elba, and if that movie was successful, then they were going to do a TV show to go along with it. I'm sorry, that I know that was kind of confusing because I'm talking about games and movies and a bunch of stuff at the same time. But I'm at the Dark Tower movie, which, me not knowing Dark Tower, I actually enjoyed it. But I find myself, when it comes to a lot of that stuff, like World of Warcraft, I'd never played World of Warcraft. So I really enjoyed the movie and didn't really understand all the hate for it.
Right. Same here.
Yeah. But again, Netflix announced it. Hopefully it's coming soon, because again, I've been a fan of this series since 2008, and I'm ready to see it on the big screen. I'm ready to see what they do. I know there's also supposed to be an animated series going along with it. So again, this is honestly my Star Wars, Star Trek, and I love all those things too, by the way. But this is the thing that if anybody says, "Hey, this new thing from Gears got released," I'm gonna go find it. That's gonna be the thing that I do. So
Now, which one do you guys play primarily? Do you play, or well, when you play online, you play 5 Reloaded, or
we play 5, and we play a lot of the Horde mode, which is, it's basically you're up against 50 waves, and it's like Jenna plays an engineer, so she can build like razor wire fences and turrets and things like that. And it's just waves and waves of the monsters in the
so
game
it's kind
coming
of
after.
like StarCraft in a sense.
I would think so, but I've never actually
just
played.
Different point of view.
Yeah,
Because you're like a world builder in StarCraft versus right behind a singular character. You know what I mean?
right.
But that'd be interesting. I seen it there on Steam. I wonder if that would work with the cross-platform stuff.
Yeah, because I think the one. So it's weird because the one they just released, there was a Gears of War 1 remaster for Xbox One that came out when, I think, like around the time the Xbox One came out, and then they did the newer one. I think you said Reloaded.
Mm-hmm.
I always forget the name of it. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's basically the same thing. And what those two did was, this game was also a PC game, and the PC game had an extra chapter or two in it that wasn't in the original Xbox 360 release.
Mm-hmm.
So when they re-released those, they put those two chapters back in, and then it's got updated graphics and stuff like that. There's also one that's a turnstile kind of game, Tactics. I think it's called Gears Tactics. That I only played so I could get the skins for those characters in the Gears 5 game. But I mean, it was fun, but it just wasn't exactly the same.
Just more fodder.
Yeah, pretty much. And like I said, when they announced Gear 6 was going to be Emergence Day, I did a video on that and I actually got a ton of views on it. I was like, I wasn't expecting to get the reaction from folks that I did. So again, you know, this is something that I want to start leaning more into, like how you guys have the horror thing. I really need to start making some more Gears content because that's, you know, outside of comics, it's one of the biggest franchises that I love. Like I said, the comics released by I think DC and Wildstorm. Well, I mean, Wildstorm is an imprint of DC, but and then I think they went to IDW. I think they went to IDW. So that was mine. That was my one that's now gonna be a movie eventually, but it has been comics, books, games. There's board games. There's card games. There was one called there was a mobile game when Jenna was talking about called Gears Pop, and they were little pop figures. That it was a fun game, but it got shut down. We got, you know, pops of them. We got mystery minis of them. I got my JD statue right here. Rip. My JD Phoenix statue. Like I really want to get a 3D printer just so I can make Gear statues and cog tags.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're doing figures, probably better to just do a resin 3D
Yeah.
printer. Otherwise, I think the other alternative is to do ABS and the filament style ones, but then you got to do acetone, steamer, or a what do you call it? Atomizer kind of thing, to where fumigator. Where you're just kind of putting that over the ABS and then it smooths out apparently, and it looks good, but a bunch of different ways to do it.
Yeah. So there's that one, folks. The next one I think should be a little more well known. I chose the movie poster for it, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and while we did have one other TMNT expert on earlier, this one is a Nope one. I picked this one specifically for Nope.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest video game as far as video games go. I think this one was probably the one that I've never been able to beat, even to this day. But
The underwater part, man, that's I had to get my cousin to beat it for me.
Yeah, I think that's usually where I would finish dying with whatever turtles I had left. You know, because it was usually just one.
Yep.
Because getting on the roof took like 3 turtles to get there, and that was it. But yeah, no, this movie, the series, comics, everything to do with this. Obviously, I'll have my money until I'm done with it.
Oh, Corey.
All this. Another one.
Yeah.
We're not there yet, Corey.
Yeah, not there just yet. Trust me, that is on here. And
Ocarina on the 64.
yeah, Thomas, the mist really got me, man. Like it's a completely different ending from the book, but
yeah, I still have yet to watch that, but I think I know what happens due to other movies kind of doing odes to that, or almost getting to that point. I think I remember what happened.
Oh, that's awesome, Thomas. I'm glad you watched it, dude. Sorry, I just got back. Are you talking about The Mist right now?
It came up.
Yeah.
Very cool. I love that movie.
But no, otherwise we were talking about turtles here.
The arcade game was still my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
We have I can't remember the name of the arcade place that's down here. but it's basically you pay like I think it's $10 or $15 and unlimited games all day. So Sean and I, when we went one time, Sean and I just we just stood at the cabinet for the Turtles game and just
Oh.
played that thing the whole time. Loved it. And then there was one for Super Nintendo that I really liked. I think that's Turtles in Time. I think that was the one that was on Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
I
it's
played the one on regular Nintendo, and
Right,
I couldn't
yeah, I
put the
never
dang
played
thing
one
down
on
until I
Super.
beat it. It was so annoying.
The water, man. That I hate that level the most.
It was easier to do with a partner, because once me and my nephew tag teamed it, we beat it pretty quick. But yeah,
I can never say I played the 2-player on that.
you never played the 2-player?
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
I mean, on the arcade game, I think there was that option, and if I did, that would have been where. But truthfully, I don't remember an old version of the Turtles arcade. I remember a newer one, the one that like you could buy like today in Walmart. If you walk in and buy one, I forget which game that comes with that, but I want to say there's a couple of them. But it's a full size cabinet. But
Oh,
they're like four to
Dang.
$600 or something. So they're not
Those are
cheap.
so hard to get serviced, though. That's the problem.
Well, yeah. I mean, those newer ones. I don't know if you'd necessarily be needing the same kind of service as like an older arcade game.
Yeah.
But I can imagine finding service for some of those older arcade games and pinball machines and stuff like that. I can imagine scarce.
yeah. But so my first Turtles comic that I remember getting was I want to say it was based off the cartoon because it came with a video cassette. Came with a cassette, and you would play it and read along. So you'd have the people doing like the voices and everything and talking about what's going on. I wore that tape out. Like I don't even know what happened to the comic, but I wore the tape out. I listened to it constantly. When this movie came out, this was the second movie I ever saw in movie theaters. The first one being Crocodile Dundee. Doom 64. Jeez.
Mm.
Duke Nukem.
Yeah, I like that too. Well, Catherine, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing this more. We're gonna try to also like alternate channels, maybe. Maybe I go on y'all's channel.
Anytime, man.
We'll figure it out. We're gonna be doing some reviews. Very nice. We're gonna be doing some more review shows like what we did with Sean in the near
Bye,
future.
Catherine. See you soon.
So yeah, there's not too many of the Turtles movies that I don't like, if I'm being honest. Even 3.
Yeah, I still like 3.
Even 3. And I know people have reservations about 3, but I mean they're goofy movies. The first one still though is always like
Classic.
yeah, it just I couldn't believe I was seeing Ninja Turtles in live action on the screen when I was a kid.
Well,
Like
they did it so well too.
yeah.
Well, I'd like to say when I was a kid, but I wasn't a kid, but I enjoyed it too.
Well, I mean, the movie came out. I'm trying to remember if the movie was 90 or 91 or somewhere around there.
90.
Maybe 89.
No, it was 90.
It was 90. Yeah, so I was 8. I was 8 when this came out in 1990. So,
did you enjoy the remakes? I did. I thought those were good too.
Yeah, I still enjoyed them.
Yes, and even I love Stephen Amell. I think his Casey could have been better.
Did you know Reacher was a turtle?
Yeah, he was Raph.
Yeah, it blows my mind all the time.
Yep. Johnny Knoxville was Leonardo in the first movie.
And we all know who, what's her face? April was. Oh my goodness.
Megan
Talk
Fox.
about an upgrade.
Megan Fox. Hey, now.
Hey, don't shoot Don't you talk bad about Judith Hogue, damn it.
I won't talk bad about her at all, but if you denied that she's an upgrade, y'all's blind.
I don't know, man. Well, you went from what was her name? Judith. I think the original April was Judith, and then
Hogue,
Paige Turco was the second one.
I think so. I actually couldn't tell you her name.
They switched Aprils in the old movies.
Yeah,
I loved the first one. I remember going to the second one thinking, meh. And then the third one, I rented it and I did not like it at all, but I was already in college by the time the third one came out, so I might have outgrown it or whatever.
They started to get too cheesy in the second one. They are not too cheesy, I shouldn't say, but they started to get more so that, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas the first one was pretty much from the comics, you know, like the storylines were very, very similar. And then the second one, they kind of changed things up, you know, because then they made the ooze be, you know, or well, the company was the same, but they took out the aliens essentially. Krang, the little brain guy in the stomach, his species are the actual ones behind why the turtles are the way they are. But they cut that out of the original old movies.
yeah, because they were either going to make the Doctor in that one. Rest in peace, because he recently passed. His name, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Yeah.
But he was also in the Omen, I think. It was that guy, right?
Well, I can't remember if they made him Baxter Stockman in.
They were going to. They were trying to decide whether it was going to be Baxter Stockman or if he was going to lift up his shirt and you were going to see Krang.
Oh, yeah, because that was his name.
Was it Stockman?
I thought they made him Baxter. No, maybe they made him a different name, totally different. Because I don't think that character, you know, it was made for the movie.
Yeah, he was originally going to be either Baxter Stockman or he was going to be Krang's like vessel.
Yes, they did, Thomas, and I highly recommend them. Check them out.
So much better than the original idea they were going to do when they were thinking about remaking those movies. They were going to be aliens at first.
Were they?
When they first were going to reboot. When they were first going to reboot the Turtles, they were going to be aliens.
They were going to be xenomorphs?
Maybe.
Wow. Do xenomorphs eat pizza?
Well, maybe. David Warner was the actor's name. He was Jordan Perry.
Okay, so it was a different Doctor.
Yes, but originally they were thinking about he was either going to be Stockman or he was going to be like the body for one of the bodies for Krang, and that's how you were going to see the Ultrams, I think.
Yes, you're right, but I couldn't tell you how to actually pronounce it. No.
But yeah,
it's ULTROM, Ultram, something like that.
Yeah, and see, the thing about the newer Turtles, Facehugger Turtle, the thing about the newer Turtles, unfortunately, the first one came out the same time Guardians of the Galaxy came out. We did a double feature that day. We did Guardians and then went to go see Turtles. And unfortunately, while I still enjoyed the Turtles movie, I think we should have done that in reverse. I think if we would have watched Turtles first and then saw Guardians of the Galaxy, we might have enjoyed Turtles a lot more than we did. We still enjoyed it, but there was something about Guardians that just kind of, I don't know, just kind of got us. But still loved the movie, still bought the movie. And then you have Out of the Shadows, I think is the second one.
Yep.
Which I think they kind of listened to too much of the criticism from the first movie. And, you know, good on them for listening to criticism. I love when studios will do that, you know. But the Turtles. Oh, take care, Corey. Thanks for stopping by, boss. Always appreciate you coming on. But like they made the turtles are definitely a lot smaller and a lot different looking than they are from the first movie to Out of the Shadows.
Yeah, it was a big difference between the two because the first one seemed like it was not sure how it wanted to approach a new franchise, and then the second one was kind of like, here's where we're going,
Yeah,
you know, like it or not.
and
But it wasn't bad
no,
because you
not at
still
all.
got Bebop and Rocksteady added in there along with Krang, which I thought they did pretty well on all three of them. You know, and the story wasn't horrible, but something with the execution, I agree. There was just something that was missing. But that first one was much better.
Yeah, and when they introduced Shredder, right? At first, they were going to have the guy that I've seen in everything. He's one of those actors. Seen him in everything, but I never remember his name either. At first, they were going to make him Shredder, and then they decided against it and brought in, I think it's Brian T, the bad guy from Reacher season 2,
Three, the
or
one
was
with
it
Paul,
was it 3?
right?
The one that had the team, the whole team. Was that season 2?
No, the whole team was Robert Patrick, bad guy,
Yeah,
helicopter. And then the third one was the season with Paulie, and the bad guy in there was an old former bad guy of
that
his.
was that was Brian T.
Yes, and that,
Okay, there we
yeah,
go.
forgot about that actually.
Yeah. Okay. See, I always get those two. I
Yeah,
always get those two
he-
seasons.
Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift also.
Okay, sorry, I heard Reacher. I was talking to Thomas. What's going on with Reacher? What do you need to know?
Already got it.
Already got
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah. Brian T was Shredder,
Yep.
and I couldn't
What?
remember if he was the bad guy in the second season or the third season because I always get those
Third.
two seasons mixed up.
He was Shredder?
In the newer ones.
In the
with
newer
Megan
one, yeah.
Fox.
I'll be danged. I never put that together.
Yep.
I've only seen those newer ones once. We rented them from Redbox. If that tells you anything. It's
Yeah,
been
I've
a
only
while.
seen the second one time, but the first one I watched that quite a few times.
Oh yeah.
And see Mikey. He was in an elevator.
Yeah. That's based on the tune of Ninja Rap.
Yeah, you know who does the voice for Michelangelo in there is that one dude that plays Mickey from Shameless.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
And he was Brian in
Mickey from what?
Shameless. You haven't seen it. We've talked
No,
about
I
that.
don't
That's
know
the one
what
with
that is.
William H. Macy.
Yeah,
Okay.
he might know him from Final Destination 2. He was Brian, the kid who gets blown up at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the tall, again, I don't remember his name, but tall guy that's been in a ton of movies finally got to be like one of the stars. He's one of those people that if you saw him, you'd be like, oh, that guy.
Wasn't he one of the brothers in The Grinch? The lanky, taller
Yes,
brother?
yes, he was.
And he plays Donnie, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
then what'd you say? Who played Leo? I forget.
in the first one, it was Johnny Knoxville.
That's it?
I don't know if he was in the suit, but he was
From
before.
Jackass?
Yes, because his kids wanted him to do it.
No kidding.
I don't know if he was in the mocap suit, but I know he was the voice.
Wow.
Like the rest of them were mocap and voice. I'm not sure if Johnny was actually in the suit.
I'm trying to figure out who the tall guy is you're talking about.
What else is he in?
Was the 2016 the last one?
I think that was the first one.
If 2016 was the first one, then Leonardo was Pete Plasek. It wasn't Johnny Knoxville.
2016 was Out of the Shadows.
Oh,
Is that the first one or the second one?
That's the second one.
Okay, for some reason I thought that was the first one.
No, that's the second one.
Who's this tall guy you're talking about?
I'll look it up.
He played Donatello. Jeremy Howard.
Paging Dr. Howard,
Jeremy.
Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine.
Who the heck is Jeremy Howard?
That guy.
I want to say in Men in Black 2, he played
Never saw it.
the guy in the. Oh my goodness, he played
What's
the
the
guy in
name
the
of the
middle.
first TMNT remake?
Wasn't he in Bubble Boy too? One of the
He
freaks.
more than likely he was also
Bird
in My Name Is Earl and Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, he's got one of those faces that as soon as you see him, you go, "Oh yeah."
Yeah,
Jeremy Howard.
Mhm.
I don't recognize him at all. Huh.
let's see. So
Maybe he wasn't in Bubble Boy.
again, it's gonna Pete. Okay, so Pete Plazik was Leonardo in the suit in the first movie too, but Johnny Knoxville did the voice. So that's the guy in the suit. Johnny Knoxville did the voice in the second movie or in the first movie, and then in the second movie, it was the guy in the suit that did the voice. Johnny didn't come back for the second one. But yeah,
I'll be damned.
still good movies. You know, I'll be the first to admit the movie surprised me. Like the trailers look good to me. The movie surprised me, but it's just like Jumanji. The first time I saw Welcome to the Jungle trailer, I was like, nah, no, I don't want anything to do with it. And I was completely wrong. Like,
Oh, the new ones?
yeah,
Oh my God, they are 100 times better than the one with Robin Williams. I love those things.
I ain't going that crazy with it.
I thought,
Yeah,
honest to God, you can hate me if you want. I thought Jumanji with Robin Williams sucked ass, and I didn't even finish watching it. It was so
Oh.
damn stupid.
Oh, movie's so
There's some things that you don't like though that I love.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Like
That's
Castaway.
perfectly fine.
There's that one.
Thunderbolts. I mean,
I won't go that far.
Yeah, he moved over to my side of the fence on that one.
Yeah, that one took a second watch and I went, huh. Yeah, I'm not into this for a second. Because some movies are like that, you know, like they'll get you that first time, but then you go and rewatch it and you're like, this isn't rewatchable. Whereas like Guardians of the Galaxy, I can watch that movie on a loop and I'm not upset.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm happy. I'm having a good day.
that's another great game. Was the
Which
Guardian?
I have and I need to play.
Oh my goodness, man!
Or Spider-Man. I've heard so much good stuff about that Spider-Man game.
All right, you know, hold on before we go on to the next thing because I don't have Spider-Man locked like in here.
Right.
Spider-Man. I had, and I don't know where it is. I've lost it. I had Spider-Man for the 360. Spider-Man is now a PS exclusive game.
Oh,
But
yeah?
I had Spider-Man for the 360, and I love that game so much. Just going around the city collecting comic book pages
Oh,
was one of the things doing it. I also had, and this is something that I miss, and I wish we would bring it back. Movie people, if you're listening, bring it back. The movie, the game games, because I had for my GameCube, Spider-Man, the movie, the game. And I loved that game. It had most of the voices from the movie in it. It was a kind of a brand new story to it. So fun. I was hoping that once Deadpool came out, I would get me another Deadpool game because I love the Deadpool game that came out from High Moon. But that company
game.
dissolved as soon as the game came out.
I had a Spider-Man game, I think it was from my Sega Genesis,
Mm-hmm.
that had a swing mode where you didn't have to, enter the game where you got to fight the bad guys and do all the quest stuff, where you could just like swing around the cities and like crawl into buildings. I loved that. I would do that for hours, and it was just swinging around and
Open world
climbing.
before
And
it was a thing.
it was so fun. Well, that's how, as soon as World of Warcraft came out, I'm like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I'd be so addicted to that, I'd never pass college.
Yeah, like I said, the Spider-Man games are all fun. I wanted to get a PS. I've had a PlayStation one time in my life. I had a PlayStation 2. The only reason I had it is for SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, for a wrestling game. Like
I
that,
have that.
I love that game.
I do too.
I also have the AEW game, but that game just made me mad because we just stopped pushing content out for it a year after it released. So
I must say, I can speak to quality with PS2
mhm.
because I still have my original and it works like a champ, and it's still the original controllers. And I played so many games with that when I was younger. Holy cow.
Yeah,
And it still holds up. I don't know if the new ones are that good, but that PS2, man, that thing's been through hell and back.
Yep. My PS2 Slim still works.
Cool.
I'm not going to go and get them, but so we have a limited edition Gears 360. We went and bought for cheap. It was refurbished, but still, a Gears 4 special edition Xbox. Then, folks, I don't win many things in life when it comes to like giveaways and sweepstakes and stuff like that. But during Gears 4, Rockstar had a promotion where when you bought Rockstars, they give you codes for the game and it unlocks stuff. And if you got enough, you got entered into a Xbox One giveaway. It was a limited edition Ice, like it was a white console, but it was a Gears one. Got an email one day, thought it was spam. We didn't pay any attention to it. Next thing I know, at our front door, there's a huge box. Jenna brings it in. We open it. We had won that special, only thing like that I've ever won. And I was like, well, you can have it because I already got one. So we have the special edition of that too. We're gonna be getting a One X because a lot of the games we want coming out now are about to switch over to where they're only the newer Xbox you can play it on. Unfortunately for me, they look like a speaker. They look weird, but
Doing
I'm like,
physical, or are they all digital now?
I can't remember. Like I haven't researched like highly into them just yet, just because I'm still old man shaking his fist at the cloud with how they look. But I was like, well, they released a Gears version of that. We're gonna get that one too. But yeah. Anyway, Spider-Man. Loved the games. Loved all the movies. Yes, that includes Amazing Spider-Man 2. Even though we all know
There's Spider-Man on the 64.
Spider-Man 2 is like the best.
You had Spider-Man Carnage back on Super Nintendo.
Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock was amazing. I love that movie.
Hey, Thomas, thanks for hanging out.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
good night, brother.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Thomas.
Appreciate you checking it out. Kind of glad we did the dual channel stream to bring y'all's folks in. So hope you had a good time. Yeah, all the movies were great. The TV shows were great. The cartoon was great. Like,
I actually kind of liked Amazing Spider-Man 2 until what they did with Harry. That was so stupid.
true.
I hated that part of it. I didn't mind Electro. I didn't like how they changed his look. But it was cool how they gave him the look for Spider-Man No Way Home. It was brief.
Yeah.
First charged up, he got the helmet. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but he got the star helmet. But yeah, but what they did with Harry and that sucked. And the guy was actually a decent Harry, but it was so dumb I don't know why they did that. Again, they rushed to try to get too much. It would have been just fine with Electro. And if they wanted to introduce Harry, fine, but don't go there already.
Well, like they have that scene where he's just walking down the hallway and he's stumbling across all the Sinister Six stuff.
Mhm.
You know, all the different suits, all that stuff. You make that your last scene with him for the movie,
Yes.
you're good. Movie's done. You might get a third.
Yep.
Fun fact: the mystery guy that's in there was oh my god, Fun Boy from The Crow.
What?
You have to
Huh.
elaborate a little bit more. Like
Yeah, I
talk
don't-
Okay, you know the mystery guy that shows up in the cell?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The
He's
actor.
At the very end in the after scene?
Yes. That was Funboy, the actor who played Funboy in The Crow. That was
Oh.
like one of his first movies he's done since that accident with Brandon Lee in The Crow.
I only saw The Crow once, and it was just a couple of years ago. So I'm not sure who you're talking about, but
The
Remember when he tells the joke and he gets shot through the hand
mm-hmm.
and you put me up for the night? He's
That's
talking
the
to
scene.
yeah. Well, no, that's not the scene where the accident happens, but the person he's acting in the scene with, that was the guy. It was interesting trivia because after that dude didn't do many movies after what happened in that movie. So to have him come back in a Marvel movie,
Yeah, I'm trying to remember which one that is. Because one of them was the Candyman, wasn't it? One of those guys in there? Wasn't it the or is that who I'm thinking about? Who was the shit, I can't remember names of the bad guys in that movie. Womp womp.
Wah, wah, wah.
see, so you got Michael Wincott.
He was top dollar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you got David Patrick Kelly was T-Bird. Michael Macy was Funboy.
Michael.
I gotta pull up pictures now.
Tony Todd was like Granger or something, wasn't he?
Yes.
Okay, so Tony Todd was in there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And so was the guy from Ghostbusters.
Ernie
He was
Hudson.
the cop.
Ernie Hudson.
Yeah, Bernie Hudson. I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, he's a cop. Yeah.
You know, Michael Wincott's best performance is still, to me, The Three Musketeers. Oh, he was so awesome in that movie.
That's true. Like he did a couple of things after it. I didn't even realize he died in 2016.
Yeah.
Great. Now I'm second guessing myself. Is that the same? That is the same. Yes, that is the same guy. Okay. He played. It was Gustav Fires in Spider-Man. He was apparently the overarching antagonist of the Amazing Spider-Man and the second one.
Well, he was the one that they kept teasing at the end of the movies.
Yeah.
But then it was never clear about who it was.
Yeah.
And people kept speculating that it was Norman Osborn, but never got any definitive ever.
Did you guys ever see the cut scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2 where he saw
At the
his
grave?
dad in the grave?
Yeah.
Why did they cut that out? That would tie the whole movie together.
Right?
And they even could have did the whole great responsibility thing.
There's a cut scene from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 where he's in the graveyard visiting Gwen.
Yeah.
His dad shows up.
Yeah, his dad who was supposed to be dead. And he's like, "You're not my dad. My dad died." And he's like, "Pete, it's me. I'm your dad."
Because of that one storyline where they had his parents come back, and I forget who's behind that.
I was actually amped up for the third one, especially when what's-his-face was in the rhino suit. And then seeing that cut scene, I mean, they could have really kicked butt on that. I
Paul
love that guy,
Giamatti.
but I'm horrible with names.
Paul Giamatti.
Yes, him.
Yes. And then, Spider-Man 4, the Tobey Maguire one, was going to have Adrian Toomes, Vulture, and we were finally going to learn that, and I know how Ed feels about him, but
right.
Bruce Campbell was actually going to be Mysterio.
Oh, God.
And we were going to find out that all his cameos throughout the movies was just him as Mysterio watching the whole
Well, thanks to the movie gods, there wasn't a fourth because the third was bad enough.
Bruce Campbell.
I love Bruce Campbell. I love him. All right. So
There probably would have been a fourth if they hadn't shoved Venom down our throat and let that percolate a little.
And
They should have had Black Suit Spider-Man to the end of that movie.
yeah. To me, I'm like, dude, look, I love Topher Grace. Topher was not an Eddie Brock to me at all.
No, not at all.
Eddie Brock to me is Tom Hardy, but also if you use the guy that they had play Flash in The Amazing Spider-Man, that guy could have been Eddie Brock to me. I think that guy would have been a better Eddie Brock.
I'm trying to remember who played him in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can't remember who played
I
Flash.
can remember the first Spider-Man, and I can remember the last Spider-Man, but I can't remember who played it.
No, Joe Manganiello played Flash in Toby's.
Yeah.
Alan Richardson would have made a good one. Just saying.
Chris, I'm not going to say this last name right. Chris Zilka?
Chris,
Can
The
you show
guy's name is Chris Zilka, I think.
He's
but
from
he was-
Ahsoka?
There's no A in there at all.
Oh, I guess I heard you wrong.
Oh, he played Flash Thompson in the Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Now I got to Google it.
I don't remember that.
Put him down, Eugene.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, now I know who you're talking about. Why didn't you say that 2 minutes ago? I wouldn't have had to Google him.
I didn't know that was going to be
I
the.
did it, man. Because that's when he like humiliates him and stuff, right? For picking on the nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now I know exactly who you're talking about. He kind of looks like the guy from crap. Never mind.
Yeah.
He looks like that one guy that played that one part in that one teen. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a young Alan.
Saved by the Bell. He kind of looked like the guy from Saved by the Bell. If I remember
Mark Paul
correctly.
Gosselaar.
Yeah. He kind of looks like him, right?
Zach Morris. A little bit. Yeah, I think the thing that I loved most about his version of Flash is while they kind of did it with Joe's Flash at the end of I think the third, maybe it was the third Spider-Man movie. Yes, because that's when Harry dies in the third one. That's right. They kind of show him. They show him there. I like the fact that after Uncle Ben is killed, they have Flash go up to Pete and get to say something, and Pete like throws him up against the locker.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's like, "Feels good, doesn't it?" It kind of shows you why he's such a prick.
Yep, I remember that.
So to me, I was like, that makes that Flash my favorite. I love Joe's, but we didn't get anything other than Pete kicking his ass, and then in the third movie he comes back for the funeral. Like, I think he was a more fleshed out Flash, and definitely better. I'm sorry, the actor that plays him in the Tom Holland ones,
Ugh. Such a miscast.
not for me.
Yeah, he's not. He's a miscast.
Because
Flash Thompson was supposed to be this big, strong bully, not this dorky little whiny ass.
even without powers, that Peter could definitely take that Flash.
Oh, easy.
So, and it's not supposed to be like that. Well, like I said, Tom Holland's is the perfect mix of Spider-Man and Peter to me.
Yeah.
Toby's was always, he was a Peter Parker. Andrew's was definitely Spider-Man. Like, down to the quippiness, yes, but his Peter Parker was just a little too, I didn't see this guy being a nerd being picked on. Like, he was a little too cool for me for his version of Peter Parker. But like I said, Tom Holland, kind of the perfect mix. Speaking of video games, last little thing I want to talk about is this is the first little promo image they have for the live action Legend of Zelda. Not familiar with either of these actors. You can probably already tell that this picture is causing problems for the dumbest reasons.
Okay, why?
Because we have Zelda in front. Zelda's in front. Zelda has a bow and arrow. Link is just kind of chilling.
He's tired of always doing all damn work.
Probably. That's what I'm thinking.
He's like, I need to train you up because I'm tired of saving your ass.
There you go. That's the same thing Mario should have done with Peach.
I'm just not going to say anything at all.
It really kind of makes me wonder if they're just going to kind of lean into the Breath of the Wild games. But I've read that they're going to try and blend it all together into a kind of a cohesive story, which could be scary, but at the same time, they could maybe get something out of it because there is so many different versions of things, but at the same time, they all go in order. Well, not in order, I shouldn't say, but there is an order to the games on how they actually pan out. You know, like this timeline is if you didn't win in this game or whatever, so went down this path, whatever. But in the Breath of the Wild games, she was actually kind of a warrior fighter kind of thing and had bow and arrow.
So I'm trying to remember, was the golden cased NES game, was that Zelda 2 A Link to the Past?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah, I don't think they did that for the first one. I think that was just for the second one.
So I hadn't played that game growing up. The only other Legend of Zelda Link game that I ever played was, I think, Ocarina of Time. But all I will say is this movie is all for naught if I don't hear I gotta hear Gammon laughing. I gotta hear that at least one time.
Yeah, I remember just countless nights of my dad staying up playing through those first couple of NES games, and then the Super Nintendo game version came out, and that just continued it. But those ones I actually started playing. That was about whenever I was able to actually understand how to play versus just how to die.
Yeah. That freaking laugh haunts me just as much as that stupid dog from Duck Hunt. Oh, man, I'm excited. Like, fantasy's my jam. And as long as it doesn't get too ridiculous, like we're not getting, I don't know. This could go either way for me.
They have so much content to pull for a story.
Yeah.
It would be so much of a tragedy to just botch this, considering it's just as old as any of the other video game movies going on.
Yeah. You know, there was a time where, you know, video game movies just didn't work. They just didn't. No matter how much we enjoyed them, they were either box office bombs or they were just panned. I really think, and I don't technically count it as a video game movie, but it is. It's basically Easter egg the movie. But I think Ready Player One.
That's such a good movie.
Yes, Ready Player One kind of turned that around, and then, you know, Sonic. I watched that first trailer, and you know what? At first, I was like, "This is what we're gonna get. It's what we're gonna get. Whatever. It's live action Sonic." And you know, then they were like, "Well, you know, we saw the complaints. We want to put out the best movie we can." And they went back. They redesigned them, and next thing you know, we're gonna get like a fourth movie soon. And they've all been enjoyable. Like, I've loved all three of them. We watched the Knuckles show on Paramount. We liked it. Like,
I got to check that out.
They need to take that original Sonic that they designed to do a poo, blood, and honey type movie with him. That thing was horrifying.
They used him. They used him in that Chip and Dale movie when they did the CGI Chip and Dale movie.
Yeah, I remember you saying something.
Yeah,
about that.
he was known
what?
as, Ugly Sonic. He's in that movie
Oh, really?
They did a live action Chip and Dale's movie.
with
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Andy Samberg and John Mulaney.
I think so.
Yeah, and Ugly Sonic's in it, and he's
Huh.
called Ugly Sonic.
Is he saying something about CGI? Wasn't that with the CGI joke? Maybe.
Yeah, yeah. It was fun. I got tempered expectations with this. That's what I'll say. I mean,
I will say this though, just based on this picture, the costumes look good.
oh yeah,
I mean, they did, his tunic and all that, everything spot on, the gauntlets, and then that's Zelda from Breath of the Wild costume, but
yeah,
I mean, spot on.
exactly. And there's been an uptrend in these. Not only the Sonic movies, but Super Mario Brother movie
Yeah,
was really great. And I hate to say it, but Minecraft wasn't terrible.
no, it was enjoyable. I liked watching that for sure.
Yeah.
But I heard that there was maybe some time travel possibly in this, so it could be drawing a little bit from the Ocarina of Time. Maybe the N64 game. But then again, he doesn't have his hat on, so it could be pulling from some Minish cap, or it's just caught him without his hat.
So next thing we're going to touch on real quick. I've been wanting. I was talking about movie games. There's something else that's been missing. I have never played Dead by Daylight. Never played any of those games. I know that a lot of them have DLC for certain characters. I want some freaking horror icon video games. And I want to check this one out. Ed told me the name of it earlier, and now I forget. Something Realm. But this just looks like
Retro something.
yeah, I
Yeah,
can't.
it's Retro Realm.
Retro Realm, thank you. This one is Michael Myers one. It just looks like a 2D bloodfest. Like it looks fun. I would definitely check it out. The other one that got me really interested, though, even though I don't have a PS5, is apparently there is a PS5 Halloween game on the way.
Mhm.
I've watched a little bit of the gameplay for it. It kind of reminds me of how they did the Friday the 13th game, where in that one, it was you were either counselors or campers trying to fight off Jason, or you were Jason taking out the campers. Now, I think both of those games are online only, where you have to play against other people. But I don't know, man. Like success of these games could lead to games like Friday, like you got Friday the 13th, you got Halloween. Maybe we get a Hellraiser one. Maybe we get a Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street one. I would go ham playing a Nightmare on Elm Street freaking video game with the technology of today. Are today, I would love that. Maybe we get a Jaws game, which we kind of have a little bit. There's a shark game out there that I play for 360 where you basically just eat people and level up. I love that game. Yeah. I love that game. You can drag people around. Like it's I have an unhealthy relationship with that game.
An intermedio game. What the ass is the title. What the ass?
Wow. But really excited to check some of that stuff out in the future. And now that we're kind of close to the end, it's time for me to talk about this week's book that was on Big Titties.
Hey, that's Kiss.
Yeah, I picked this cover specifically. This is the glam rock cover. I most of these covers are fun.
I never wanted to make out with Gene Simmons before.
Same. I will tell you about this book. This book was fun. I'm definitely going to read more of it. I am. But it's one of those, it doesn't know if it wants to be PG-13ish, tongue-in-cheeky fun, or if it wants to be hard R fun. Like, there's no nudity, but it's very like this in the book. Basically, they live on this planet, like, it was basically Planet Goth, and they have a Goth queen. And, well, men aren't allowed on this planet, and due to Goth girls being lazy, their numbers have kind of dwindled. So the Goth Queen decides they're going to trick dudes to come into their planet for fun, sexy times. But that's not what actually happens. The men are hooked up to machines. Anybody remember that South Park episode where Cartman believes that women are just going to steal their jokes and their man stuff? That's kind of what happens in this book. Like, you see it in a flashback, but these two girls are going to deliver the shipment, and they are they're these like little chibi in some scenes, and then in some scenes they're normal looking. And this was a Kickstarter book. But they're making this delivery, and they are boarded by space pirates. These pirates take their cargo, kick them off their own ship, steal the ship. So they're going to this kind of Hall of Justice thing to talk to the higher forms that are there. This is all in space. And, yes. And like I say, there's things like that. And then they use they use R-rated language, but then it it's very hard to explain unless you've read it. It feels like they almost wanted to go there. They went there in some places, but then just came back. But it's a fun story. It's a fun time. The cargo ends up being sperm. Spoiler alert.
I'm sorry. Did you say what I think you said?
Yes, you did. Yes,
Wow.
you heard. Yeah.
Gravy.
Yeah.
Man, gravy.
Yeah. Now,
I've never wanted to be milked before.
it's again, it's not going to win any awards, folks. But if you're looking for something that's it's a fun read, and it doesn't get there's no nudity in it really. This is the closest you get. Like I said, it feels like it either wants to be a really naughty book, or it wants to give you the impression it's going to be super naughty. But it was a fun read. Like, again, once I can find out where to read the rest of this at, I'm going to read more. Like, the story is pretty funny to me. There's some good lines in it, some good sight gags. But again, it's kind of, some people be like, if I wanted to read that, I'd read something like, I don't want to say like Karma, because Karma's not funny like this. But, they'd read a spicier book. This is really a PG-13, and somebody got to use their one F-bomb kind of book, if I can explain it like that. It's very skirts the line. There's a cool thing though with some of the characters. Like, I would highly suggest reading it. Like, again, if the first issue, second issue doesn't grab you, I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably just not for you. But I got that immature sense of humor, so some of the stuff was pretty funny to me. But nothing to write home about. But I will read more of this one. Those are my reviews on this kind of book. I don't go too into the weeds with them. This one, I don't get too into the weeds with.
Sound like you're talking in a jar.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You sound like you're talking in a jar.
Really?
You're a jar.
Here, Ed, is this better?
I hate you.
I can just use this. You can talk like this. Maybe it sounds better.
No clue what you're saying, but I hate you. What happened? Was your internet trouble or something?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, I was actually speaking into a cup.
No, before that, you smartass.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you accidentally covered up your microphone with a piece of paper or something because you got
It's
really
either that or
muffled.
maybe my elbow was in the way. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Nope didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
They don't know either. But anyway, that was my all over the place. Didn't really give you any important parts of the story. Review of Big Titty Goth Girlfriends on the Moon. This book is ridiculous, but it was a blast at the same time. It was. So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to spin for the next book.
Spin that wheel. Spin that wheel. You want to get as close to $1 without going over.
So, here we go. Is it on screen? Because I'm not really looking.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Big bucks, no women.
Let's see who's it going to be this time.
Tracy.
It is Tracy. You know what? I forgot to ask Tracy for a number.
Respin.
No.
Spin it 50 times because she's trying to get to 50.
Well,
Yeah.
tell you what, she is at. Let me go see. I think she's at 32. She's at 32 subs. Verifying that right now. So she's at 33 subs.
Campex wheel again. I'm gonna die laughing.
She is at 33 subs. So what I will do is I will shuffle this 17 times.
That's what she said.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Already made it, Ed. Already made it, Ed. Already there. Let's see.
You can't double stamp a double stamp, Lloyd.
No
Lloyd.
backsies. No backsies. Phantom for Mac.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
I'm a little scared because
Does that mean it's a Marvel movie because it says Max or Marvel?
no, it is Marvel.
That's what I thought. So it's gonna suck.
It's a Marvel book. It's gonna suck.
Marvel sucks. They don't know how to write comics anymore.
Marvel Max books kind of whips the crap out of most books. So got a hard disagree with you. Regular
okay.
Marvel,
It's all good.
regular Marvel.
Some of you putzes got to keep them in business. Not me.
Somebody's got to buy the stuff.
Yeah. So who's Phantom X?
That's the thing. It's a character that I've only heard of. I've never actually read anything. So when I found a book, I was like, you know what? I want to know about this character. I want to know why even Deadpool says the dude's not a good dude. Apparently he doesn't mind. He doesn't have a no women and children rule. Is what I'm gathering. So
you know why they always evacuate the women and children first, don't you? So the men can have some peace and quiet, figure out how to fix it. You're welcome.
Yes. So far, my track record with Marvel Max stuff has been awesome. Punisher stuff for Marvel Max, fantastic. The Hood, Blood from Stones, great. Alias, Jessica Jones.
I tried Werewolf by Night Max and thought it was the stupidest book I've read in a long time, and that was the end of it for me.
I've never read that because I've never been that interested in the character.
I never was either until I saw their TV special. Because Marvel didn't do horror well in the 70s either. Not a Tombs of Dracula fan, not a Werewolf by Night fan. I did kind of like their Frankenstein. Speaking of which, have you guys watched the new Frankenstein yet?
Nope.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's good. It's so far of all of them I've watched, it's the most loyal to the book, but it makes some epic changes that make it even a little bit better. And the guy that plays the creature is my third favorite creature now. And I never thought I'd have a third, but he did really good.
Jacob Elordi, I think.
I have no clue, but he did good.
You know, it's always funny to hear people's thoughts about movies and stuff because, like how you're talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard other people go the complete opposite direction.
Really?
But you say it always fascinates me how a movie or a TV show or anything, people can be so like the tastes are so like far off the spectrum from each other.
Well, it makes me wonder if they're comparing it to Universal's, because Universal's Frankenstein is nothing like the book. But I love that movie, and Karloff will always be my number one creature, monster, whatever you want to call him.
Either that or people just tired of Oscar Isaac. I don't know.
My number two is whoever played Frankenstein in Penny Dreadful. He was amazing. I can't remember his name, but he's my second favorite monster. And then this guy is my third. He knocked it out of the park. And some of the major differences is wow. It's have either of you read the book?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
You know, they could just be more excited and longing for.
Maybe I'll do a
Vandals.
video on the differences or something then.
Oh, Rory Kinnear played him in Penny Dreadful. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah. I love that show. I was so pissed the way they ended it. Oh my goodness. No, but see, in the book,
yeah,
the monster is like this murderous because he wants vengeance for being made. And they kind of stole that line from in Tombstone, where they asked, what makes a guy like him tick, and he says revenge for being born. That was kind of right out of Melly Sherry. Yeah, Melly Sherry's book. That's a good one. But in this one, they make Dr. Frankenstein, without a doubt, the villain. And the monster is the sympathy, which is what it was supposed to be. And oh man, they do such a good job with it. I don't want to say much. If neither one of you have watched it, I don't know if either one of you want to watch it, but
I'm going to, for sure.
it's good. It's very good. But if you're expecting it to be like Universal Monsters, it's not. It's more like the book.
Well, like with most things, if I've never read the book, it's not going to make a difference to me either way.
The one thing that has me curious as to why they did this was they gave him Wolverine's power, which, okay, that'll work. That makes no sense, though, as to why he has scars.
Oh, he has the claws.
No, not the claws. His actual power.
Regeneration?
Yes. So why does he have the stitches and scars when he can regenerate?
You're asking.
I know. I'm just saying.
Dear Mr. Del Toro.
Yeah. WTF.
Let me tell you how to make a movie.
Well, that was the only way that they could get him to be like impertinent to being shot and stuff, so they couldn't kill him off easily, I guess. because in the Universal Monsters one, he was like this indestructible monster type thing.
Mm.
But in this one, they tried to keep it. See, they were kind of clever because they put it during the time of the Crimean Wars. So instead of robbing graves, he was just going and picking up dead soldier parts to make his monster. So that was a neat little twist to it.
Mm.
But I wish you guys, I wanted
Shooing
to
him
talk
off
about
the
this so
room.
bad.
Get out of here.
Yes,
He's like,
exactly.
Get his saw.
Yes, and the monster has war PTSD. Here's a boom, he dives. You know, I'm totally kidding. But he has the superhuman strength, but they also gave him the power to regenerate, which was interesting.
Wasn't there something else Del Toro did very recently?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. He's done quite a bit.
I know there's the
He did that Pan's Labyrinth thing.
that wasn't
The Shape of Water. He did that.
that wasn't very recent.
The Shape of Water?
Yeah.
He also did that really weird Pinocchio.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay.
That
He also did Pacific Rim, which I love that movie.
Cabinet of Curiosities, I think, is the other thing I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Pacific Rim was good. I haven't seen the second one too. That
It wasn't as good, but they rarely are. But it was good.
Because the first one had Charlie Hunnam in there, which, if I'm gonna cast my hat in, the fan casting, I say he looks the most like Redcoat in the Ghost Machine stuff.
That's a good one.
Like, I see him in so many panels, it's almost like he's the inspiration for the character visually. But if I were to say character-wise, do you know who Tim Ellis is from Lucifer?
Yes.
The guy who plays Lucifer. That guy right there. That's how I see Simon Pure. That character right there.
And see, he's kind of tied to Matt Ryan with that whole thing too. So, yep, okay. I can see either one of them. Ellis is a good one though.
Yeah.
That show got crazy once they moved it to Netflix.
Yes, yeah, I only watched, I think, the first season of that, and then she finished it, but I never got back into it because of I don't know, too many shows going on at that time on CW.
That's true. Spoiler, he was in that big crossover they had.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I was surprised to see that.
whoa, there are so many good things in that. So many good, like, I mean, just the fact they got like Burt Ward and like Ken is not Ken Wool. The guy from the first Batman movie that was a reporter along with Vicky Vale.
Yeah,
Robert Wool?
about.
Maybe it's Robert Wool.
Just
But
when
they had
that scroll and pictures and just a couple little 10-second clips from all the different Earths and how they tied all the movies and everything that's been passed before that together. Yeah, they did really good. Went all
talking
out.
about Robert Wool?
Yes. Yeah, Robert Wool. I don't know why I was thinking Ken Wool. Maybe because Nick's always talking about Wise Guy, and that's the star of that. But yeah, that's a I'm hoping we get something close to that in this universe. It's just getting started. We're gonna have to wait. I understand that. But what they did for that TV universe, regardless of what people thought about it, was something that I don't know if they can ever get it back to that again.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that was a phenomenon.
I forgot what we were talking about.
Like, there was people who I never would have thought and pegged for comic book people or watching that kind of stuff that were like, "Have you checked out this show?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, and if you haven't seen this, it ties to that. You might like it.
What show are you talking about again?
The Arrowverse shows.
Oh, the Arrowverse.
Yep. Which, again, like, it just some of the side characters they brought in, like Superman was a side character. Showed up in Supergirl.
Mm, right, where Tyler Hoechlin actually started as Superman. It was on the Supergirl show.
Yep. And even though I did not like that suit at all, the very first thing he says in that show, I was like, okay, I already kind of like this guy.
Hmm.
This was a guy that I was going to give a shot because I didn't like him in anything else I'd ever seen him in. And not that I thought he was a bad actor. You can have good somebody who's like a fantastic actor, but there's something about them you're like, not really. And he was that for me at first. Didn't like him in Teen Wolf. Didn't like him in I think he was in Hall Pass. He was like in the Hall Pass movie for like a minute. Road to Perdition, he was okay. He was okay in that, but he was also like 12 in Road to Perdition. So he played Tom Hanks' son in that one, if you've never seen that one, which Road to Perdition, I didn't know at the time, was based off a comic.
That's right. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, what's significant about that movie? I remember Stephen King? No, comics.
Yeah, it was a comic. Just like History of Violence. When I saw that movie, no idea that was a comic movie.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
Well, yeah. And then, Tyler spun off of that, got his own show. That version of Superman was actually different from the one that was in Supergirl, but close enough. Like at that point, they had just had the twins. Then in his own show, they were already aged up. So when people say, it's like, no, technically different, still different Earth. But he ended up becoming my favorite Superman. He's still my favorite one of the 2000s. He's my favorite. David and Henry are neck and neck, but Tyler's still my favorite. And I miss that show.
I miss that show too. That show needed its 7 seasons.
Yep.
Maybe if Paramount buys out and fires Gunn, we'll get another. I'm kidding.
Well, here's what I'm going to say about that for anybody. I know that there's he's not in the comments tonight, but I know Johnny's been tagging us in some stuff. I'm not going to join any of the hype trains on either side. To me, it's as long as I keep getting DC movies, doesn't matter to me who's in charge. It really doesn't. Like if whoever ends up buying Warner Brothers Discovery, they decide to keep Gunn, cool, they keep Gunn. We keep on with that vision. If they decide not to keep Gunn, then we keep moving. I mean, that's just how it's going to be. None of us know what's going on. It's like the whole debate about if Superman made money or not. You got half the people saying no, it didn't. You got the other half saying yes, it did.
But aren't there already so many Gunn movies made that it would be dumb of them to cancel them?
They're not made.
Well, isn't Supergirl supposed to be out next year? It's got to be made.
Right. They still got to do post-production. I'm not saying that, like, they're not going to be the movies and stuff he did aren't going to be released. I'm just saying they could still fire him and still release the movies.
Yeah, there's so much unknown stuff.
Yeah, none of us know. And for people to be like saying they know for a fact, like, yeah, but both sides say they know for a fact. Both sides say they know for a fact. Both sides says the other side's wrong.
Well, it's all in the wordings too. They'll say this just for a headline or a thumbnail or whatever, a title, just to get somebody going, oh, did they finalize the sale? And it's like, DC will have new buyers. And it's like, that's the key there. Will, eventually.
I still think it'd be hilarious if Disney bought them. It would just be hilarious. Just think of the crossovers we could have. We could have Marvel DC movies.
Oh, look, man, look, I love my Marvel movies, but man, I don't need them to be all under the mouse. I don't. I'd love the crossovers. I'd love Justice League versus the Avengers. That'd be awesome. But I don't want that right now. I don't want that right now.
We want to establish DC stuff first.
Yeah, like let's get a few more like TV shows that aren't necessarily TVMA. That's kind of what I'm waiting for with this DC so far. Like it feels most of the DC TV shows are all TVMA. Like the movies are PG-13. I'd like to have another. Yeah, I don't. Again, y'all, I live for this stuff. I love that kind of stuff, but I also maybe that's one of the reasons I miss Superman and Lois so much. Because that was TV-14 for violence, but
Pure and wholesome family-ness. Yeah.
You want to show that you can sit there and brag about to anybody.
yes,
Whereas some of this stuff now it's coming out, it's like you got to get past the first episode, and if you can do that, then it'll kind of take off after that.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry about the swinging dorks in the first episode. There's a lot, but stick it out.
I can't remember who I said that.
Use that phrase.
I can't remember who I said that to.
I think it was me.
Okay, maybe it was. I was like,
that was one of my big complaints. I'm like, okay, going further, like, is this going to be a thing every episode? And you're like, no. Like, okay, I'll give it a shot, which I still haven't. But like, you shouldn't have to, toss up in your head whether you want to keep continuing watching the show just because of that kind of content. Like, it doesn't belong. Really, it doesn't.
No, and he made the character of Peacemaker popular, but again, it's the same way how he made Groot and Rocket popular. It's
Without
nothing like the character,
right? But he didn't do any of that shit.
right?
Like what he's doing with Peacemaker, which I'm not dogging the story. I still have yet to finish it. The story's decent, but it's just stuff like that first episode. You don't need to go there.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What show?
Peacemaker season 2.
The thing you told me about.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you're not a Cena fan, so you're not going to watch it.
Nah, I haven't even watched the first one.
Yeah.
I don't even know anything about that character. I'd never heard of that character.
You don't have to know anything about the character. The character's nothing like he is.
Right.
Oh.
No,
Okay.
yeah, comics, I think there's, Peacemaker Tries Hard is the only one that he's somewhat similar.
That's the closest one you're going to get. If you enjoy the show, that's the comic you read. The other Christopher Smith from the regular comics, yes, he still wears that dumb helmet back then too.
That helmet, what were they thinking? That is the dumbest looking thing.
What were comics thinking back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, man?
I've often wondered the same thing about King Kirby's Galactus with that helmet. I mean, what were you thinking, brother? I'd love to know.
We got a villain named like Snowflame.
Snowflame?
You know what part of his powers is? Coke.
The cola?
That's in Peacemaker.
Wow.
I don't know. He's not in Peacemaker. I'm just talking about in general.
Gotcha.
I want to say he's in Peacemaker's Tries Hard though. That's what I remembered.
That's
he's
Kyle
in that.
Hart's book, right? Isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And he took a character like Vigilante, who there's been a couple of vigilantes. There's the Wild West vigilante that was in the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, wears a bandana. That's a vigilante. And then Vigilante was also in Arrow. They used the Adrian Chase name for their Prometheus character, but the guy who is actually like how Vigilante was also in the Arrowverse. This one is he's Deadpool. He's their version of Deadpool.
Do you think DC went there in that first episode because of the boys?
The thing that they were trying to do was to show you how low Peacemaker had gotten.
Right.
Well, you can do that without vines.
Yeah, you could, but he didn't.
Well, that's why I'm wondering if they did that whole thing because of the popularity of the boys,
I mean,
and they felt like they had to crank up their
Shock factor.
shock value. Yeah.
I think that's more of a gun thing than anything.
Really? What makes you say that?
Most of Gunn's other movies, and the
Did you watch
fact that
Creature
his
Commandos?
hmm?
Did you watch Creature Commandos?
Yeah, that's the one I said that I don't have to ever watch again.
Right, but I mean, like that got pretty damn graphic for a cartoon.
Yeah,
You know?
Really?
yeah, that's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the necrophilia part of it was kind of.
Well, I guess all I've ever saw of his is
Oh,
Guardians and
yeah, I guess
Superman, so I didn't know he did
right.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. He's from Trauma, man.
Is he really?
Yeah.
No shit.
That's why Lloyd Kaufman I think he was in I think Lloyd was in Guardians 2 or 3, had a cameo.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's a Trauma guy.
Trauma, trauma, trauma.
Which tells you why I don't mind some of this stuff. Trauma movies are just gross to be gross.
Oh, the Toxic
Okay.
Avengers is always going to be a classic. I love that movie.
Yeah, until you get to like Citizen Toxie.
Well, I'm just talking the first one.
Yeah, the first one, yeah, I love the monster. But yeah, he did that. And like I said, Slither, I think you would like Slither.
I keep forgetting to check that out.
Yeah, I think you would like it. It's horror comedy, but I mean, it's Nathan Fillion, Elizabeth Banks.
You had me at Fillion.
Yeah.
I've liked everything he's been in. I'm one of those few people that really liked that show that only got one season that no one wants to mention its name because it only got one
Firefly.
season. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's why nobody mentions it because everyone sighs.
Then we got Serenity.
Which was not the same, but it was still all right.
No, you did get more Summer Glau in that movie.
Yeah.
Because I guess they kind of were hinting towards that in the show itself towards the end.
Did you ever see that Big Bang episode where they saw him in the coffee shop?
Oh,
And
I thought they saw her on the train.
And he denied Fillion. And he denied being Fillion. And finally they're like, come on, I know you're Fillion. He's like, all right, yes, but I'm just trying to enjoy a meal. And then they irritate the crap out of him and won't leave him alone. And then ask for a selfie. So when they take the selfie, they're all like happy and smiling. And he's giving like this F you face. It's epic.
Hey, so do you know how Reavers clean their weapons?
How who?
Reavers clean their
No.
weapons. They run them through the wash. And you got to watch Firefly to understand that. You got to watch.
Oh,
Serenity
I
to
totally
understand.
understand it. And yeah, nice.
That was the part about Serenity that made me cry
Yeah.
because I love Alan Tudyk.
Adams to what?
See, there you are, dick on the brain. You think that's all I'm talking about?
It usually is. You were just talking about John Cena swinging from vine to vine in episode 1.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I didn't say that either.
I think
I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I just said there was a bunch of hanging vines. But I didn't say that anybody was monkeying around.
There's something mentioned about Tarzan and all kinds of things. I don't know.
It must be fun to live in your brain sometimes, just for a
It
little.
really isn't. It really isn't.
Maybe just for a little bit. They
You
come
would
up with
be
stuff
you
like
would
that.
be horrified, and within 5 minutes you'd scream and run.
Fuck this. I'm out.
What'd you say?
Like this, I'm
F
out.
this.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing about penises.
No, there wouldn't be anything about penises. I said vines. You're the one that threw the P word out there.
I think we all know what you meant by saying vines.
But you started it with the hanging vines warning.
When did I say anything about hanging?
I thought that's what Nope said you told him. Was watch out for the hanging vines or whatever.
Oh,
Oh, well, I don't know what you said then. Sometimes it's fun being deaf.
I probably said something about BSDs. And I'll tell you off
What
air
did
what
you
that stands for.
do about
I'll tell you off air what that stands for.
BSG?
No, D.
DSG.
Yeah, you still.
DSG. You got my mind cranking now.
Bravo.
Sigma Delta.
Yeah.
Dick's Sporting Goods?
That still doesn't begin. Oh my goodness, Ed.
What? That's a store. Dick's Sporting Goods. It's all over the place.
Yeah, but you got the letters mixed up.
DSG? Never
No
mind.
DSG.
I don't know what DSG means.
I'm not saying DSG.
What are you saying?
B as in boy.
Oh,
Right.
Battlestar Galactica? Blah. Is that what
Yes.
you're talking about?
No, because there's still no G.
Oh, what's the last letter?
I thought we had it by like Beta Sigma Delta. I thought that would have been like,
Oh, BSD?
yes. My goodness.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That's tremendous, Joey Styles. That's tremendous. 5 stars.
BSD.
5 stars. Look, Nope's over there choking.
On BSD?
On that note, folks, hope you
Sorry,
enjoyed.
everyone. I took my pain meds, so I'm a little goofy.
It's all good, man.
I don't think I've been any more offensive than usual.
No. Plus, it's third hour of the show. This is mostly where people probably fell asleep with us on.
Has
Which is
anyone showed up other than Thomas and?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just
Oh yeah, she was here for a minute. What was her? The Tracy was here.
Tracy, Lorena, Kyle,
Oh yeah, Lorena. Okay.
Corey was here for a bit.
Oh yeah, Corey was here.
Triple B.
Triple B was here for a second.
I didn't see him.
Yeah, he popped in for a minute. But hope everybody enjoyed the dual stream.
Yeah, hope it worked out well.
Yeah.
Well, it must have worked. We had 2 people here, so
Yeah.
No.
And it's kind of cool how they can type on our page and the chat appears on this one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Well, we're definitely going to be doing more of this moving forward with things.
Oh heck yeah! Heck
'Cause
yeah! I had so many things ready to talk about tonight because I totally misunderstood your topic. Guess I'll save them for a weird dope show or something. I don't know.
Write it down.
Yeah, right down. Like I said, man, most of the time, like this week, again, was very hectic, especially, planning for Thanksgiving, having people coming over, getting stuff moved around, and
Yeah. Keep bragging about having living family members.
everything. Oh, if it was up to me, I'd eat a turkey sandwich and go back to sleep. But
You say that now, but you'll miss them when they're gone. Maybe.
that's all right. I like the people that are coming over.
See.
But doesn't mean that I would rather not be sleeping. It's been a crazy week, like most weeks have been with work and everything. So like I had this planned with something else, but by the time I set up the room and everything, like all the slides and stuff today. Read the book today. So I was like, man, I'm glad we didn't do another review show because I wouldn't have had any time to do anything.
Hmm.
So,
It's all good, brother.
so we'll figure out something for next week. Like I said, we'll multi-stream again. I think we're just gonna keep doing this.
Yeah, why not?
Gives y'all some stuff on y'all's channel as well.
Yeah, and you got you some more people to talk.
Yeah. Because if there's not anybody talking, y'all, it's just me talking. That's why I have other people on here, so it's not just me talking.
It's good to have variety, though. Different opinions,
Yes.
different backgrounds, all the things.
Exactly.
I don't know what that looks for.
You hearing snoring?
Yes.
Yeah.
The pup in there. Okay.
Yes. That's the blind dog.
That makes sense.
Oh, I can't even hear it.
Oh, she's a heavy snorer. Heavy.
For some reason, dog snoring puts me to sleep.
That's because it's adorable.
When Storm would fall asleep, I'd start getting tired, and I'd be like, "Storm, wake up! I can't do this at 2 p.m."
Like the look was because I was like, Hand's not in here.
Well, it's the same breed, so that's probably why it sounded the same.
Alrighty. Well, folks, we're gonna go ahead and call it there. Gentlemen, as always, fun time. Thanks for being here as always. Any parting thoughts before I drop y'all out?
Thanks for having us. Fun as always.
Stabilize your ladders.
All right, guys.
Careful in kitchens.
Wear grippy socks.
Or, I mean, don't fight 3 people at once in the ring like I did. Yeah. I love that video. Nope, that cracked me up so bad.
So good. Actual footage, folks. If you ever watch actual footage.
Sure.
All right, guys.
Later.
Oh my goodness. All right, folks. I know, kind of a weird show, but aren't they all? Join us next week. We'll be here. 8 Eastern. No, that's not right. That's backwards. 9 Eastern, 8 Central for another Hydra Hangout. Not sure what we're going to be doing. I'll figure it out. One of these days, I'm going to have something ready either the day after the show or at least 3 or 4 days before the show instead of last minute. Probably won't happen anytime soon, but so it's going to be. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed themselves. I always have a fun time doing this, even if there's only 1 or 2 of you watching. Just a fun time. My voice is already breaking, getting dry. But be sure to check me out on the experience. Check out Weird Opes. Links in the description for a bunch of channels I think you should check out. Think you'll enjoy. If you made it this far, you're a damn trooper. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody just stopping by for a few minutes. Good to see you all. Hope everyone has a safe and awesome night. Rest of your weekend. I hope you have a great Turkey Day if you're celebrating. And yeah, we'll catch you next time. Later.